What's up, guys? You're very welcome along to tonight's late night agenda. I am, of course, your host Craig, and we are here to build up to Liverpool's big match of the weekend against Leicester City. It's going to be a tough one, guys. I'm not going to lie. I know they haven't got Jamie Vardy, but they're still a very formidable team. I'm going to wait for the chat to fill up because, as we always say, this is your show. We're here to talk about the topics that you guys want to talk about. So let us know what you want to have a chat about tonight. No doubt it'll be Leicester. Maybe we can look ahead to the other teams' games this weekend as well. I can see the chat's filling up already, so I'm going to jump straight over and say hello to the guys. Stephen, Ty, how the hell are you guys? Looking forward to the game? I'm pretty confident going into this one, I have to be honest. I was saying to myself, I don't know, is this going to be a tricky game? Am I underestimating Leicester? Am I overestimating Liverpool? But do you know what, guys? I think we're just that good. I think we're good enough to go there, get a result, and push on. I don't know about the clean sheet. I'm not going to be that ballsy, guys. I'm not going to go right for the clean sheet. I mean, that's probably me being a little bit too cheeky, but if we can get out of it with a clean sheet, then so be it. That'll be brilliant as well. Luke says, you escaped the chimney, I see. Partially, Luke, mate, partially. For the watch along tomorrow for the game, the chimney will be back. We'll be in there for the watch along. But for tonight, we're going to continue playing around with the green screen and see how we get on. So who have we got in? Lalu, Stephen, Ty, Kilfahar, Luke, Kerry, Farrell, Vinny, Papa and Paul. How the hell are you guys? How was your Friday? I hope you enjoyed it. Stephen said, gone balls out as well, like me. Looking forward to 3 points tomorrow. I'm having a bit of that. I like the new background, Craig. Thank you very much. Kilfahar, mate. It's something we're just playing around with. It may not be a permanent fixture. The green screen will, so we will have some funky ass new backgrounds. But this one in particular, I'm not 100% certain we're going to keep because it doesn't feel like us. It feels a little bit too generic for us. But while we're trying around and getting used to the green screen and stuff, that's certainly a nice image for me to look at anyway in the background. Here we go. Said. Ty808 says, first proper test, but we'll get to 3 points. And I love the confidence. I've been saying this all week, guys. I've been so happy to come in here week after week, night after night, and see all you guys so happy, so confident about what this team are capable of going forward. So well done to all of you on that one. Defo 3 points tomorrow and a K to goal, said Jimmy. We all predicted a K to goal last week, if we're being honest. Well, a lot of us did anyway. I know I did. So it'll be interesting to see if you can pop up and get one tomorrow. He probably is due one. Do you know what he probably is? So I've done my usual. I tell you guys every week, I promise you I'm going to stick £5 on Virgil van Dijk to score a header. This week has been no different. I've kept my word and I've put that fiver on Big Virg to nod one in. Imran Khan is in the house. How are you, sir? Crosby Red is in the house. Great to see so many familiar faces here. We're going to beat them 5-0, says Stephen Shaw. There we go. That's the confidence I'm looking for, guys. 5-0 cryptic game and haven't seen you in a while, mate. He said, I'm back, it's been ages. Great to have you back with us. I think there's going to be some changes to the 11, said Luke. I've given up, Luke, mate. I've given up trying to guess. I come on here last week and I said, yeah, I think we're going to see a couple of changes. I think we possibly see Daniel Sturridge start because it's Brighton at home. But no, Klopp goes out, does the exact same 11 again, fools us all and got the result, which is the most important thing. The Raptors making... Oh, there he is. Look, straight away. Pepper Red in. The Raptors said, I bet you Pep's going to be in a second. And there he is. Evening, Pepper Red. How the hell are you, sir? Great to have you back with us. Luke said, Keita isn't a goal scorer midfielder, but he does chip in with a few. That's it. That's what we're all thinking, Luke. He is just ready to get off the mark. I have him down for 8 to 12, I think, if I remember correctly, this season with the goals tally. I think we spoke on a previous stream and I was kind of getting everyone's numbers, what they think each player is going to get. And I'm fairly sure I had Keita down for somewhere around 8 to 12. Might be a bit optimistic, but you know what he's capable of. And that is, of course, across all competitions. Paul Gormley saying, up the Reds, 3-1 tomorrow. Bobby to get off the mark. If there is to be a change tomorrow, I wonder, will we perhaps see Bobby get a rest? I hope not. I sincerely hope not, because I want them to get out there and get off the mark like you do, Paul. Salah to score outside the box is 12 to 1. Not a cheeky bet. I think Tomas. I did have a look at that, mate. I'm not gonna lie, and I just want to double check while I'm on here with you now. Was that 14 to 1 somewhere else? I thought I might have seen that at 14 to 1. So bear with me. I do like to check these things when we're live because a few people like me like a bet, and if we can get better odds, then so be it. So just give me 2 seconds while I check that one out for you. So many things to look forward to this weekend. Right, here we go. What have we got? Outside the box. Where is it? No, it must be on Paddy. I was looking on Sky, mate. It must have been on Paddy. But yeah, there is some great odds. I got 18 to 1 for Virgil van Dijk to score a header. 18 to 1. That just seems crazy to me. So, of course, I'll be sticking my fiver on that. Well, I have. It's already on. Paul said, loving the new backdrop. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it probably looks familiar. Yeah, it's nice looking at it. I'm not going to lie. As I sit here talking to you guys, I can see the green screen in front of me and I can see the pitch and stuff. And it's nice. I do like it. Liverpool 4, Leicester 2, said Kerry Dobbs. No, hang on. I think I called it 3-0. Yeah, I did, said the Raptor. I think I predicted 3-1. I think 3-1 was where I was going with it. And what else we got? What's your score prediction for Liverpool versus Leicester? As I said, Cryptic Game, I think I predicted 3-1 all week, so I'm going to stick with 3-1. And I'll be very happy to go out there with a 3-1. I'd much prefer to go out there with a 2-0 or a 3-0, but a 3-1 will do very nicely. Annoying JA review said, early game, I'm glad the wait will be over soon. Man, I fucking hate these early kickoffs. I'm not going to lie, I absolutely hate these early kickoffs. Much more a fan of an evening kickoff. Don't know if it's just something psychological about me, if I just fear for Liverpool with early kickoffs, but I don't have many memories of us doing well with an early kickoff. Louis said, I can't wait for the game tomorrow. Wouldn't mind our new players getting some minutes. Fabinho and Shaqiri would be perfect. Sort of game to use them, maybe. I'm not sure what to do, guys, here, because it is going to be the last game before the international break, so will Klopp be too concerned about wearing people out, sending them off to international duty? I mean, surely he'll be putting Liverpool first. Markovic, a disgrace to football. Why is that, Imran? Annoying JA review said, no, we need to continue with these clean sheets, so he wants us to not concede. Charlene is in the house. How are you, Charlene? I'm very well. Charlene's going for a 3-0. I see the backdrop has changed. Yeah, it has. We're just playing around with a few different things. It'll probably change a lot over the coming weeks, to be honest, till we get used to it and we find an image that we like. Do you think Shaqiri will play against Red Star Belgrade, let alone be on the bench when we go to Serbia, especially after his Eagle celebration at the World Cup? Hessa, I honestly don't know. That's for people far more qualified than me to have a look at. Yeah, I don't know is the honest answer. It's going to be tricky. It is going to be tricky, but I don't believe politics has any place in football at all. So I'll leave it to those much more qualified than me to talk about it. But I'm sure the players' safety and the players' well-being will be utmost in everybody's mind. Pepper Red's going for 2-0 to Liverpool, and the Foxes keeping their gloves up a lot. I see the Foxes keep. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't get the analogy there for a minute, mate. Sorry. Kang Ossie's gone 4-0. He said somebody's due a damn hammering, so it might as well be Leicester. Crosby Red wants another clean sheet as well, so another 2-0 for Crosby Red. Yeah, a Vardy-less Foxy as well. Foxy? A Vardy-less Foxes as well. Yeah, said Pepper Red. It is true. I'm not going to lie. It is a little bit of a bonus that Vardy isn't playing, because we know he can be a pain in the ass and we know what he's capable of. Kerry Dobbs reckons Liverpool 4, Leicester 2. Lovren or Gomez? Gomez for me every day of the week. I'm a big believer in, if you have the jersey, you keep it as long as you keep putting in the performances, and he is certainly putting in the performances. So for me, Cryptic Gaming, mate, it's definitely going to be Joe Gomez. Although I'm not Jurgen Klopp, so what I think doesn't really matter. Sean Lunt is in the house. Good evening, Sean. He said, good evening to all you Reds. Going for 2-0 tomorrow. Are you doing a live stream, mate? The honest answer to that, Sean, is I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I was speaking to Connor during the week. I don't know what to do. You let me guys know. If you want to watch along, we'll do a watch along. If you don't want one, if you just want to watch the game and kick back and relax, then we can do without one. It's completely up to you. This is your channel. These are your shows. So you let us know what you want. If you want to watch along with the game, no problem. I'll be on here doing a watch along with the game. If you guys want some peace and quiet, up to you. Ant's gone for 3-0. LFC Dalek said, we'll play the same team but replace the front three on 70 when they get tired. Liverpool 2-1, a VVD header and a Shaqiri winner. That would do me very nicely. Although I would like Mo Salah to get 2 because I have him down again. I'd say I have 50 quid on him, but I'd be lying because I had used the change in the account. So I think I've got 47 quid on Mo Salah to score a brace at 5-1. Fox Furs back in style, said Stig. I do like that we have a Stig, by the way. I do like that there's a Stig in the group. That makes me feel very, very good. As a big fan of Deadliest Catch, I love having a Stig in the group. So welcome, Stig. I know it's not your first time out. You're in here a lot, but welcome. Great to have you back with us again tonight. When is Brewster coming back? I think it'll be around November by the time we see Ryan Brewster. Oxlade-Chamberlain, I don't know as of yet, Imran, mate. I honestly couldn't tell you. It could be February perhaps, maybe, and that's just a complete guess. PC Gamer says, Jamie Vardy is not playing. This should be an easy win for us, plus Mahrez has gone to City. That's true, but they do have Maddison, who's quite a good player, and they do have the man with the world's biggest head as well, in Maguire. Iheanacho, he's okay. We should be able to handle him though. So look, in theory, yes, we should be able to go there and get the win, but it's not going to be easy. They're at home. They have a good record at home. They're a good team. They'll be up for it as well. The crowd will be up for it. So fingers crossed we go there, get an early goal, put the game to bed. But I don't think it's going to be that easy. I don't think it's easy as some people are thinking. MUFC Rich, welcome into the channel, mate. Great to have you with us. Even though you're a United fan, you are most welcome here, sir. Anything you want to have a chat about, pop it into the chat. Of course, we do just ask you to be respectful to other people in the chat. But apart from that, my friend, you're very welcome here. Connor had it correct on Twitter. Got Sturridge 2-0 written all over. Would Salah be this good without Firmino and Mane? I mean, it's probably not. But would any of the three of them be as good without the other two? I mean, that's the thing. It's their trio. They're all excellent players, and it's a tough question. It's a question that none of us can really answer. Like, would he be as good without him? Well, he would be if you dropped in Messi beside him, or he would be if you dropped in Kylian Mbappe or Neymar or somebody of that ilk as well. It depends who he has around him. So I don't know. It's a good question, but it's a question I can't give you an honest answer to, and one that I hope we don't have to give you an answer to for a very long time because he stays here. 3-0 to Liverpool, 2 for Salah, and no goal off Maguire's head, said Paul. Yeah, that'd do me very nicely indeed, Paul. If you could arrange that for me for tomorrow, mate. The drinks are on me when Mo Salah grabs that brace. Salah looked pissed off at the Champions League draw. Reckon he destroys the Foxes tomorrow. I hope he takes out a little bit of aggression on them as well, mate. I sincerely do. Mane or Firmino? Asked Kerry Dobbs. Firmino. I love Firmino. I'm all about Bobby Firmino, Kerry. Favourite player on the team at the minute, so I'm all about Bobby. Vinny said, your watch-alongs are brill, but I'm working. Shame that one, mate. Hopefully you'll get the sneak, at least a radio. I don't know what you work at, mate, so maybe you won't be able to, but hopefully you get some coverage of it somewhere. He will say Bobby, said Cryptic Gaming. Of course I will. I love Bobby. Tottenham and PSG in the span of 3 days. What a joke. Why is that a bad thing? Why isn't that a good thing? I don't understand. People are complaining that we have this run of fixtures in October. I'm delighted about it because they're the big games, and the big games is what you want. Big games is what you want to see at Anfield. So yeah, for me it doesn't matter. Bring on PSG, bring on Spurs. They're the games we should be wanting. I mean, home, away, it doesn't matter. We're there to play in the big games, and it's because we're in the Champions League, and of course the run of fixtures in the Premier League as well hasn't helped. But it is what it is. Let's just sit back, enjoy it, and hope the Reds can put in the performances we know they're capable of. MUFC Rich, you're really confusing me, mate. I honestly don't know what you're doing. You're giving us a bit of LA. You're giving us a bit of Mo Salah. I'm confused, mate. You're fucking with my head. Are you giving us an anti-troll here or something? Are you going troll reverse on us? I'm confused. What else have we got? I told you the seller was real, eh? Mickey Friars. I have that video, Raptor. Don't worry, sir. That video will be going up at some point. We're just trying to time it so we can get the best reaction for you to the video. So the Raptors basically sent us a video, guys, proving that the Raptors dungeon, the Raptors cellar, is real. I could almost hear the screams coming up from the darkness of the cellar. So I can guarantee you that the Raptor is as fucked up as we believe he is, in that beautiful way of his, of course. Sean said, everybody tell Craig to do a watch along. Well, so far I'm getting away with it, Sean. So far it's just you, so I could be getting away with this one. Luke said 2-1 to Liverpool, bicycle kick from Alisson in the last minute. A little bit optimistic, Luke, to be fair. A little bit optimistic, mate. A bicycle kick. Mickey said, what's up, chat? Still excited about both draws. I am, to be fair. I'm really looking forward to it. That Champions League group, to me, is absolutely what I want to see. Liverpool involved in the biggest games against the biggest clubs. Some big nights at Anfield. I mean, I like watching Napoli. They're a good team. They play football the right way. PSG as well are going to come to attack. So it's going to be two really, really good, well, four really, really good games. Cobra said, fingers crossed for the 3 points on a clean sheet tomorrow. The King Power isn't the easiest place to go, which I agree with. It's not. What is it? The oaks they give out at the King Power. It is the King Power, isn't it? Where they give out those, not clapper things, but you know, they almost look like a fan where they have those four things and they shake them and they go like this. Isn't that the King Power? Am I right in that one? We must mark Maddison well. He's going to be very dangerous. He's a good player, young Maddison. He is. I hadn't seen much of him until this season with Leicester. I'd heard a lot about him, of course, but watching his first couple of games for Leicester, he scored, I think, in his second one, but he's looked decent. Jonathan said, we'll be over the moon with a clean sheet. Going into the break with 0 goals against would be boss. It really fucking would, to be honest. It really would. It really, really would, actually, now that I think about it. Going into that international break without conceding a goal would be very nice indeed. Paul said, PSG taking a piss out of Karius. He's still our keeper. We need to humiliate PSG, excuse me. Leicester won more Premier Leagues than Liverpool, but this year it's City or Liverpool for the league. Hurts to say it as a United fan, but it's true. I think you're right. I honestly do. I don't think Spurs will be too far away either, Rich, but you're right. They have won more Premier Leagues than Liverpool, and that's banter, and that's true. It's a fact. There's no point in me sitting here arguing otherwise. And congratulations, Leicester. That was an amazing achievement for them, but as you kind of suggest in your post there, times are looking good for Liverpool. Manchester City are a tough task for all of us to go after, mate. But you know, for us, things are looking on the up, and I'd love to know how you're seeing things at United. Do you think Jose should stay? Should he go? Are you confident with your Champions League group? And how are you looking at the league? Imran said LFC should have got Dembele from Celtic as a backup for Firmino, and 19 million was good business, but we wouldn't have got him for 19 million. That's the thing. They turned down 20 odd million, didn't they, from Lyon? And you can be guaranteed if a Premier League team went up there from, you'd be talking 25-30 million straight away. Scenes when Andy and Trent pocket Neymar and Mbappe, said Hesse. Scenes is right. Scenes is what's going to happen. I tell you what, I don't think Mbappe, you know, actually I'm worried about Mbappe if I'm being honest. I don't think Neymar is going to get a sniff. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that he's not gonna react well at Anfield, and that he won't get a sniff. He could even do something stupid, but Mbappe, he fucking terrifies me. I said it about Gareth Bale as well before the Champions League final. Any player like that has pace and power and can run at you, they're a fucking nightmare for any defence. So, as we well know with our front three, but Mbappe is absolute class, to be fair. Corey said, well, Craig, good to see you back. You going live tomorrow for the match? I don't know, Corey. We're actually waiting to see what the people in the chat want us to do. As we always say, this is a community channel, so if you guys want us to do a watch along, happy to do it. If you guys want us to piss off and leave you alone and watch the game, we will of course listen to that as well. And said, Craig, I don't understand people complaining about our big games. Look at the state of Arsenal and Chelsea's Europa League groups. Do you know what, mate? I care that little that I couldn't even tell you who's in their groups. I didn't even look today. That's how little. Call me a snob, but I'm only concerned about the Champions League. I don't really give a fuck. I'm with you, mate. All I read was a highlight on Sky, or a headline on Sky, that said they've got to travel far for some of their games. So I gather they must be in Eastern Europe at some point. It's on Facebook, Craig, on AA Facebook. There you go. So everybody get over to Facebook and check out Raptor's cool new video that he made. As I said, Mickey Friars is the man in charge of the Anfield Agenda Facebook group. So anybody who wants in, just contact Mickey and he'll send you a link, or he'll post one into the chat here if anybody wants to become a member of the group. Sean said, come on lads, Craig is good luck. Nabil said, probably a long shot. Has anyone heard Eminem's new album? I'm probably too young here. I haven't heard it, but I did see LeBron James tweet about it to say that it's supposed to be shit hot. And anyone that doesn't think it's shit hot doesn't know what they're talking about, mate. So I try to keep up with rap as much as I can, but as you can see, I am getting old. I'm an old man, so... But I haven't heard it yet, but it is on my list. It's on my list of things to do. So at least I know it exists. So do I get some points for that one? We need to give PSG a warm Anfield welcome, said Mickey. Oh, they will. They will. There'll be a haze of red there to welcome them. No, Sean, he wasn't saying the match was on Facebook. He was talking about the video, mate, that he made. It's up on the Anfield Agenda Facebook channel. Or Facebook group, excuse me. Facebook channel. I'm channel mad now at this point. Alisson will probably get at least 4 or 5 assists this season, worth a punt on a goal. Somebody in the group, I think it might be Cop Idol, or somebody has 80-1 on Alisson to set up 4 goals this season, or to Alisson to set up 4 goals this season. So I don't know how much he stuck on it, but I mean those are fantastic odds. What's up, Reds? Joseph Reardon says he's in the house. How are you, Joseph? Great to have you with us. They do it at St Mary's, mate. The last time I went there, said MUFC Rich. Is that the rattle thing, mate? It's do you know what? Look, we can sit here and take the piss out of it, but it does make some fucking noise. I'll give them that one. Cobra said, probably the only time we'll see Mbappe and Neymar at Anfield, but we need to enjoy the occasion and really take it to them. Absolutely. I mean, we don't stand on fucking ceremony when these lads arrive. We kick fuck out of them in the best way possible. Of course, within the rules of the game, but you get where I'm coming from. We let them know we're there, and I've no doubt Andy Robertson and Trent won't be shy about sticking the foot in and letting them know that they're there. We have the king and the power named after Mo. There you go. I mean, he's that good. The opposition are naming stadiums after him already, Cryptic. They have them fan things at St Mary's. I already read that one. Have you seen the state of Chelsea and Arsenal Europa League groups? Nah, I haven't had a look. Honestly, as I said earlier on, don't really give a fuck about them. Fuck them. Jace Roberts said, good evening to everybody. Jace, great to have you with us, mate. I hope you're enjoying your Friday evening. So Imran's team is Alisson, Trent, Virgil, Gomez, Robertson, Fabinho, Keita, Gini, Firmino, Mane, Salah. Fabinho ain't going to be playing, mate, so you're going to be disappointed there. Every week people keep expecting Fabinho, and if he is going to play, it ain't going to be an away game to Leicester City. That's not the type of game that Klopp would just drop him into for his introduction. In my opinion, I don't think we're going to see him till, what's the Champions League game? The 18th of September, is it? Possibly when we see him out. Mickey said, looking at the Europa draws for Arsenal, Chelsea, I'm glad we're in the Champions League draw on PSG and Napoli. Absolutely, mate. And it's where we belong. It's where we belong. We're European royalty and we needn't be shy about it. We are European royalty. Craig Leon have agreed 18 million for Dembele. Does that mean Fekir in January? Have they agreed it? That must have been very recent, has it? Because the last I'd heard earlier on in the day, Celtic had rejected a bid. But they were leaving him out of the team for the game of the weekend. So if they've agreed it quickly, then interesting stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's related because they did sell that guy back to Real Madrid, didn't they, recently for 30 something million. I think they bought him last year for 7.9 and sold him back for 32 or something. So I think that's probably just cover for him, mate, if memory serves me correct anyway. Craig, what time does your watch along start tomorrow? Still waiting to see if people want us to do it, mate. That's the honest answer. If you do want us to do it, we will be on about 15 minutes before kickoff. But again, it's down to you guys, so let me know what you want to do. If you want to watch along, happy to do it. If you guys want to watch the game in peace or can't make it on, just let us know and we're happy to give it a miss as well. Because this is your channel, guys. We keep saying we do what you want us to do. Within reason, of course. Stig said, went to PSG Montpellier last season, great atmosphere, going to be a cracking game with the travelling Reds. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. I think it was Dirty Girl last night said as well, all 3 away games, 3 pitches have running tracks around them, so less intimidating anyway. That's one thing I'll say. Not that I think these Reds are going to be worried about intimidation, but like at Anfield, you're close to the field. It's much easier to get that wall of sound onto the field on top of the players, the opposition particularly. When you have the running tracks and stuff, it kind of gives the players that buffer between them and the crowd. The Raptor said, hit the like button, folks. Man United FC Rich, would you be so kind? Go on, go on, go on. Guys, as I said, thank you so much for joining us again tonight. If you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button. And before the stream started, I think we were like less than 10 followers away, or subscribers, excuse me, away from getting 3,700. So if you are watching and you haven't yet subscribed, please take a minute and hit that subscribe button. See if we can break that 3,700 on this stream, which would be sweet. Send us into the match tomorrow after getting over that will be really, really good. Don't be good at too much, Craig. Markovic has signed for Anderlecht. Oh, there is a God. Finally, fucking finally, we get rid of him. The cross between Roger Federer and Quentin Tarantino and Roger Federer. Yeah, that's what he looks like to me. So finally, he's fucked off and he will have a career somewhere else, because I don't know what he's done in England. It's just been a fucking shambles from start to finish. Make enough of an impression for Mbappe to make the switch to Liverpool, says Cobra 1977. It'll be interesting as well to see what happens with Rabiot. I know he's supposed to be nailed on to join Manchester United, but you've seen last year he was putting up images of Anfield with love hearts and saying like wow to the atmosphere, so he could fall in love as well when he's here and then sign on a free at the end of the season. Paul said Mbappe will be in Virgil's pocket, Neymar will be man marked by Fabinho. Mr. Rich, sir, thank you very much. Very kind of you indeed, mate. Okay, what else have we got? Chat's moving along nice and quick tonight, guys. Tough for me to keep up, but I will do my best. So, Sandy is going for 2-0 to Liverpool against the Foxes. Arsenal have a trip to Azerbaijan. Maybe Borak can meet them there and say a little bit of a hello. No, he's Kazakhstan, isn't he? Excuse me. Who's Azerbaijan? Triple G. There you go. Is he? He's from Azerbaijan, isn't he? Or is he? I don't know. I better shut up because I'm just becoming an idiot at this point. Lineup predictions for tomorrow. Mate, I honestly, I could come on and I could spout something, but at this point I've no idea about second guessing. I'd say the most one change, two possibly. Back five I think will stay the same. I think the midfield we might see Jordan Henderson come back in for Genie perhaps. So with a midfield of Keita, Milner and Henderson, how would that work? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Well, I can't see too many changes personally. Although I say that now, watch the team sheet tomorrow, there'll be 4 or 5 changes. Yeah, the Rail deal, they sold Mariano for 8 million and they bought him back for 30 million. That's typical, isn't it? Fucking sell a player to one team, buy him back in the next year for 30 million. Fucking nuts. And then they wonder why they're like hemorrhaging money. Valga Craig says, yes Craig, live tomorrow please. Imran said, please let me watch the game because when you are on I have to watch your channel and Sky Sports. So that's 1 vote for yes, 1 vote for no. So we'll keep track of this and see how we get on. Paul said, Craig, do a watch along. You're the dog's bollocks. So that's 2-1. So we'll keep moving. Shaqiri and Sturridge should start tomorrow, says Kang Ozzy. I don't have a problem with either starting. I don't know if should start is the right way of phrasing it, but I certainly have no issues if either did start. I'd have full faith in both. Craig, let's be honest, you'll do a watch along anyway because you're a fucking legend. Well, if we're being honest, the honest part is I'm a lazy bastard and fucking sleep mad hours. So for me, that will literally be me rolling out of bed, flicking on the kettle and coming up here and doing the watch along. But as I said, I'm going to be watching the game anyway, so let me know what you guys want and if you want us to do it. Well, it seems like you want us to do it, so why not? Games are games. It doesn't matter who it's against. They're all capable of being won, drawn or lost, so we're in it for the wins. Mariano's 25-26. I don't understand that move. It's weird. And it's not like he fucking lit the league up either, so it is a very weird move, I agree. Maybe Real Madrid are getting desperate because they weren't able to get any of their top targets in this summer at all. Markovic can best be filed under unmitigated disaster in the signings cabinet, said Damo. There's a free slot there right beside Aquilani, the little prince from Roma. Mariano was at Real Madrid before he moved to Lyon, but I don't agree with him getting the number 7 shirt. I reckon some dino saying, what is an M&M? Is that a candy? I haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo, mate, what that's about. What time are you starting the live stream for tomorrow's game, Craig? Come on, Liverpool. It seems like people do want me to do it, so let's say it's a 12:30 kickoff, so we'll say 12:15. 15 minutes before kickoff, I should be ready to go. I'll get it all set up tonight, so all I have to do is flick on the computer. But yeah, so we'll say 12:15, if that's alright. Cobra said, I don't see why we can't chop. We'll go back again. Cobra said, I don't see why we can't top our Champions League group. We've got enough firepower and our defence is getting better. Long live King Mo said, you're making a rod for your own back by talking about Neymar not getting a sniff. There's a great chance for Mo to show he's better than him. I don't care though, that's the thing, mate. If I'm making a rod for my own back, I don't give a fuck. I told you this before. I don't care if people come on, call me a ball cunt, a nonce, an egg, tell me I'm a fucking idiot, tell me I know not. It doesn't bother me at all. So I don't mind making a rod for my own back. I'm more confident and more looking forward to my own team and knowing that my guys and our guys can keep them quiet. So if it turns out that I'm wrong, I'm going to be more pissed off because it would have been the result that didn't go our way. Other than that, I think Neymar's a prick. I've said it time and time again. I don't like him. I don't understand why there's so many little Neymar fanboys as well, because there's much better footballers in the world than Neymar. Kylian Mbappe is twice the footballer Neymar is, with twice the attitude. 95th minute winner from a corner, Allison, a teabag. To teabag it over the line, receptionist Isa. Not to teabag it over the line, no less. Blue Spanner Ultras, absolutely. There's Blue Spanner Ultras all over this. Who do Liverpool have in the Champions League? We've got Red Star Belgrade, PSG and Napoli. So, handy enough group. Handy enough group there. Now, it's an interesting group, but one I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we get on in. FOXES stew for dinner tomorrow, said Pepper Red. Don't forget to bring the salt and pepper though as well, mate. You got to season these things properly. Alisson and Fabinho, my heroes, says Valgacray. I do love Alisson. I'm with you on that one. I absolutely love Alisson. Well, you guys heard me screaming all summer for him. I do love him. I'm not going to lie, my heart was in my fucking mouth last week on a couple of occasions. Not so much the one where he flicked it up over the oncoming forward. That wasn't so bad. It was the one where I think he turned... what's the centre forward, the Brighton centre forward's name again? Big lad. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So he turned him and he just about got the ball past him and got it away with his left foot. That's the one that worried me particularly. The chip over the keeper, I don't know why I was calm with that one. The other one had my heart in my mouth. And we're going to have those moments though. I've said this time and time again, when you have a keeper like him and you're playing the way we're asking him to play, or with as much possession of the ball as he may have for a goalkeeper, we're going to have these fucking mad moments. We're going to have to expect them, and we're going to have to expect that there are going to be some ridiculous goals given away over the few years that he's here, but it's all about just trying to keep them to a minimum, and hopefully they happen at times when we're already 3 or 4-0 up. You should patent fuck him, Craig. You're a legend. Do you know what the funny thing is? It's not even my phrase. I actually thought it was until somebody reminded me. We were on a pod one day and Dave, our very own Dave, was there, and Dave's an absolute legend. I love doing pods. I love talking to Dave. So Dave lives in Germany and he's married to a German lady. So Germany were playing in the World Cup and it was Germany's last game. So, well, we didn't know it was their last game yet, but it was their last game. So they had a party there and Dave couldn't come on a podcast because they had a party. So I caught up with him a little bit later in the night and he said, mate, I have to go into the bathroom to take this call. They're out there and they're all over the place after the game. And I said, look, Dave, you're over there in Germany, mate. You're with a German lady in a party full of Germans. What's the atmosphere like after they got knocked out of the World Cup? I mean, it must be fucking desperate. So he paused for a minute and he just turned around and just said, fuck 'em. And that was it. That was his answer. And everybody on the phone just burst a shite laughing out. And from there, the phrase "fuck 'em" was born. And I don't know, I've just ran with it. Every big club was glad they missed us in the draw, said Mickey. Absolutely. I can guarantee you that one. We were the pot 3 team that nobody wanted. I'm against fox hunting except for tomorrow, said Pepper Red. Not being racist, but our best players are foreign. Okay, I don't know what race has to do with it, or them being foreign. I mean, our best players are our best players. They're Liverpool players, as far as I'm concerned. Doesn't matter where they're from. They all wear the red shirt. But yeah, I mean, you're probably true in what you're saying. Yeah, Firmino, Mo Salah, Mane, all foreign. Well, all non-UK anyway, but they're Reds, and that's the main thing. We fucking want you to do it, Craig. You're a good luck charm. Well, that's actually true. I never thought of that. Since I started doing them, we haven't lost yet, have we? So, if I didn't do it tomorrow and we lost, I would feel like an absolute spanner. I have to say, I'd feel like a prick if I didn't do it and we lost. Roger said that Dembele was staying before he's gone full Balotelli when he said no interest and signed him. Early 3 points tomorrow, and it'll be enjoyable watching the rest of the matches. As long live King Mo. Joseph thinks Napoli will be tough. I think we'll have too much for them at home. I think it'll be straightforward enough at home. I mean, they're going to come to play. Napoli always do. But away in Naples, it's not going to be an easy tie. The Revanite said, I prefer hearing your watch along so I can stay on my computer and multitask. I'll be here if it's on. Well, it looks like I'm going to do it now, mate. It seems like everybody's happy enough for it to happen. So yeah, we will be on at 12:15. And then, of course, we'll have the post-match show, Good Cop, Bad Cop, straight after that. Get a cop mural for Euro games on the screen. And we're going to have a complete Champions League setup. What we can't do, though, is, as you said, get a cop murals. If we can't show people, because obviously anybody that's in the images or in the pictures and stuff like that, we don't have the permission to use them. So we couldn't use a full cop or anything like that. It just wouldn't feel right. It would feel, I don't know if it's even against rules on YouTube, but it would just feel wrong to me. So we do have some stuff worked out, don't worry. We're going to have some excellent stuff. We already have a background done and all for the Champions League games. Fuck like in the video, let's get Craig to do a watch along. It's done, Sean, it's grand. You can relax now. We're going to go ahead, we're going to do it. And hopefully that good luck continues, and hopefully the Reds pick up another 3 points. Ryan said, how are you today? I am excellent, sir, thank you. How are you? Great to have you with us. Mane is selfish, to be fair. He's a forward. They should all be selfish. All forwards should be selfish. It's part of their makeup. Forwards want to score goals. And another thing you get, I suppose, when you incentivise players' contracts to score goals is that they're going to look to score goals from time to time. You look at Bobby Firmino's contract, I think his last one, not the one he just signed, 70 grand a goal or something like that. So, you know, if the opportunity's there, a lot of the time they'll pull the trigger. So I don't know what to say, but I don't think he's too selfish. I mean, I would like all my forwards to be a little bit greedy. Mane isn't selfish, he's on a mission, says Pepper Red. There you go, that's another fresh way of looking at it. Allison in training hitting 30 yarders past Karius and Mignolet. He's a legend. Your beard will cover you for your PSG games. It'll be over to me for my PSG games. There you go. It's the only way I'm ever going to have a beard, Paul, mate, because I can't grow one, as I've said. This little baby face can't grow a beard. Although I'm a potato, so shouldn't I really be grown out like little sprouts rather than a beard? Isn't that what happens when potatoes get a bit old? Do you think Maddison would have been a good buy as an additional Shaqiri type player? Honestly, Maverick, I don't know. I heard a lot about him last year for Norwich. He got injured at the end of the season, and there was signs that Liverpool were interested, but I've only started to see him play since he signed for Leicester, and it's probably too early to give you an honest opinion. He looks like a good player, but if he could be good enough to play for Liverpool as of yet, I don't know, man. Mane eats shellfish. You misheard. Where else have we got? Since we have Virgil, no goals conceded at Anfield, said Cryptic Gaming. Oh, excuse me, that is scary, isn't it? No goals conceded at Anfield since we signed Virgil van Dijk. That is and people ask, has he been worth the money? Like, he's fucking quality, isn't he? He is absolute quality. Trent is going to be here for a long time, and he's a legend, so who cares if our best players are foreign? Up the motherfucking Reds, said the Revenite. I added in the motherfucking part there because I can't say up the Reds without putting that in. It feels wrong. Indian Music said, I'm from Austria and a big gooner, but respect Liverpool and this channel. Subbed, I heard you do watch-alongs. Well, firstly, mate, thank you for joining us and thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. You're very welcome to the channel. We do watch-alongs, mate. Yeah, we don't show, obviously, the content because it's against the rules. We'd be fucked off YouTube. But yeah, we do watch-alongs for every Liverpool game. And we do them a little bit differently as well because we have a bit of crack on here, don't we, guys? We have a bit of fun with them. I'm a little bit foul-mouthed and at times I can overreact to things, but it's a bit of fun, mate, and hope you enjoy them, and thanks for coming along with us. Love to know your opinions, by the way. You said you're a big gooner, so I would love to know your thoughts on the new manager, the start of the season, and of course the draw for you guys today in the Europa. You lost the first one to Dortmund pre-season, but don't change now, you'll jinx us. I did. You're fucking spot on, Thomas. I mean, when you're right, mate. That's it. Well, competitive games then. We'll say that, Thomas. For competitive games, I've got a 100% record so far. We'll go with that one. I'd actually forgotten all about though, Thomas. You're spot on. Are you going to show any games on Liverpool Carabao Cup? Games don't get copyrighted. I don't understand what you mean, mate. Of course the games are copyrighted. All games are copyrighted. If they weren't copyrighted, then every channel would be shown, television would be showing all the games. Or maybe I'm misinterpreting what you're saying here. Yeah, if I am misinterpreting, then just point out to me what I'm saying wrong. But as far as I know, mate, look, every game is copyrighted because the people pay big fucking money to get the games. I'm a Halifax fan, but love Liverpool and Mane, said Gold Digger Pranks. A Halifax fan, I mean, welcome. That's brilliant. Great to have you with us. It's deadly. What I've loved over the past couple of weeks, guys, is we're getting fans from other clubs in, and we're getting some really nice people. Of course we're going to get the trolls in that come in and say, haha, United, fuck you. That's going to happen, but it's great to have people like Halifax, Gooners. We've had a couple of Manx in as well. Spurs fans. We had a Southampton fan. It's great to have more people in. This is a channel that welcomes everybody, so you guys are more than welcome to come in, have a chat, and let us know your thoughts on football in general. Support Halifax, Craig, but I'm from Wales. How did that one come about then, buddy, if you don't mind me asking? They're all world-class footballers that have big egos anyway, said Louis. There you go. You want your forwards to be greasy, so let's be honest. And you want, like, people often say, oh, he wasn't happy coming off the field there. You don't want them to be happy. You want them to come off the field like a fucking antichrist because they're being taken off because they wanted to bang in another goal. I'd be more concerned if I was bringing a player off if he was happy to come off the field. Ant said, hope you've had a good day, Craig, up the Reds. Hasn't been bad, to be honest, mate. It's been okay. Another nice quiet one, and I do like to live the quiet life, so can't complain. I hope your day went well. We signed Virgil in January. Since then, we've only conceded 10 goals, said Cobra. 10 goals since January. I mean, that sounds nuts, doesn't it? 10 goals. I mean, up the motherfucking Reds. Michael Owen or Fernando Torres in their prime. I'm going to go for Fernando Torres, personally. I just couldn't take to Michael Owen. And look, putting aside all the United and Real Madrid stuff, all that aside, I just genuinely couldn't take to Michael Owen. I was always much more of a Robbie Fowler and Fernando Torres fan. Nelson is in. Hello, Nelson. Great to have you with us, mate. Thank you for joining the stream. And guys, don't forget, if you have a second, please do hit that like button. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, we're trying to get over 3,700. So if you have a second, please do hit that subscribe button. We have the Lennon and McCartney of football here with these two. Well in, Martin. Well in indeed. It never ceases to amaze me how creative you guys are in the chat with some of the stuff you come up with. It always makes us smile. I often come off these streams and like my wife's half asleep and I'm going, oh, this happened on the stream and this guy said this and this lady said that and it was fucking brilliant and you should see it. And she goes, I don't care, dickhead, I'm trying to sleep, fuck off and leave me alone. No goals since February, says Cryptic Gaming. Fernando all day for Joseph. The two of them are dirty, but what can you do? Ian said, I'm a Leicester fan and will probably follow the watch along on here as we don't have a decent fan channel. We're missing Vardy, so it'll be tough for us. I wouldn't say I'm friends with Ian, but I know Lee Chappie, and we messaged each other quite a bit, and I've done a few little bits and pieces with him. Has he not got a channel that he's doing a watch along on? You know, the guy who does the Jamie Vardy impersonations or the Jamie Vardy lookalike. I've gotten to know Lee over the past few months, and he's a really nice guy. I didn't know if he had started a YouTube channel. I thought he had, and if he's not doing a watch along, then silly him, and you're very welcome to come over and join us, mate. But yeah, I know Lee was trying to start a YouTube channel anyway, and he's a really nice guy, as I said. But yeah, you're welcome, Ian. Great to have you with us, and yeah, please do join us tomorrow for the watch along. I'm not gonna lie, mate, I'm gonna want you guys to get a spanking, but you know, you're very welcome to be with us, and you're always in the chat anyway, my friend, so great to have you with us again. My second team, SK Bran, played LFC in the UEFA Cup. Fowler with that amazing goal, said Stig. I don't remember the game, but I remember us playing SK Bran. I don't remember the result, I don't remember what the game went like, but I do remember we played them. Perfect weekend. Liverpool beat Leicester and Burnley School United again. Jokes aside, they're both class, hard to choose because Owen did win the Ballon d'Or, but I'm going to go with Fernando Torres still. Look, there's nobody can say that Michael Owen wasn't tremendous. He didn't have that. He had that amazing period. He basically won us that FA Cup final against Arsenal on his own, because Arsenal outplayed us for the entire game. And of course that goal for England against Argentina was ridiculous. But I'm never going to forget Torres' first game. That game against Chelsea when he just left the defence for dead and buried the ball. What an opening to his Liverpool career. And that was prime fucking Torres. Prime hungry, powerful Fernando Torres. Man United will play their group games as preparation for the Europa League where they rightly belong, says Sandal. Is it Sandal, mate? Am I pronouncing that one correctly? I keep trying to say Sandy, but then I see the L, so Sandal. If I'm mispronouncing it, excuse me. Is it free if you play non-league sides in the cup if they're at home? Is it free? I don't know what you mean, Tony. By is it free? Excuse my ignorance, I'm just not getting the question, mate. Maybe I'm just being dense or something here, but I don't know what you mean by free. Cobra said it's a real shame that Torres left the way he did. Would have loved him to stick around, as would I. I'm not gonna lie, I loved Fernando. Absolutely loved the dude. Just didn't seem right at Chelsea, did he? He didn't seem happy, and I know he won stuff at Chelsea, fair play to him when he went back to Atletico, which was good to see, but he just never seemed as happy at Chelsea as he did when he was at his peak at Liverpool. We signed Stevie G's cousin and he wants to follow in his footsteps, says Cryptic Gaming. We did. Isn't his name is it Bobby something, I think, if I remember correctly. Please don't realise how powerful we are in defence because everyone is looking at Alisson, or people don't realise how powerful we are in defence. I think they do. I think Virgil van Dijk does get the credit he deserves, Thomas. But I don't care who they look at or how people rate our defence. As long as we keep keeping those clean sheets and keep putting in the performances, then you know it's 5 pats on the back as far as I'm concerned for all the guys. Nelson said, I saw the head-to-head matchups in Group C. Neither Liverpool or PSG has ever lost to Napoli in UEFA competitions, which is a very interesting stat, mate. Thank you for that one. I think both as well, like both those teams' style of play really suits Liverpool. I'm not even going to fucking pretend to know or to give you guys an impression of what Red Star Belgrade play like because I haven't got a clue. I'd be lying to you. But from what I hear, they play a good attacking style. That's what I've heard from other people who may or may not have watched them. But yeah, look, European football is set up for Liverpool. It's where we seem to play at our best. So I'm really, really looking forward to this season's Champions League. Can I watch all the watch-alongs free? Oh, sorry. Yeah, mate, all our content is free on here. Absolutely. All our content is free. We fully believe that all fan football content should be free. So Absolutely, everything on our channel is 100% free, and it always will be. We can guarantee you that one. Occasionally, people do send us donations and stuff, but even at that, we don't push it. But yes, absolutely, mate. Join us tomorrow at 12:15. All our content is free. Smash the fucking like button, said Paul. There you go. That's the type of phraseology we like. Mods are just resident viewers. There you go. Tomas Kennedy said, Craig, how do you go about setting up promoting the YouTube channel and podcasts in the first place? Oh, that's a loaded question, buddy. So as most people who follow the channel or me, I suppose, for a while know, I started out in podcasting with regards to non-written content. I started out with podcasting. It's quite easy to set up a podcast, to be fair. It's just a matter of finding a hosting site and software that suits you for editing. Regards to YouTube, it gets a bit more complicated. It's fairly easy to set up a channel, but the finite details are a little bit more tricky. And I am blessed to have Connor working with me, who saves my ass on all that stuff. Basically, my life just consists of turning on my computer, hitting a few buttons that Connor has set up remotely, because I give him remote access to my laptop. He sets stuff up, I jump on the computer, turn on the camera, turn on the lights in here, and that's pretty much it. I'm good to go, and I'd be lost without Connor, so probably not the best person to ask. With regards to promoting stuff, I'm definitely the person to ask, because that's my side of things, and I'd be happy to give you some advice on that, mate, separately, if you want to email me, anfieldagenda@outlook.com. Happy to give you any advice if you're thinking of starting a channel, mate, because we all have to start somewhere, and I got plenty when I started, so happy to pass it on. How do we donate, said Cryptic Gaming. Let me just whack it in the chat. 2 ways, so bear with me. I don't think I even put it in for the last 2 streams, actually. Connor would be going mad at me. Okay, so just bear with me, guys. I'll just whack that into the chat. Okay, so there's 2 ways you guys can donate if anybody does want to, and of course there's no pressure from us here, but if you do want to donate, which a few people have asked, you can go on to patreon.com/anfieldagenda, or there is paypal.me. Is it .me or me? I don't know. paypal.me/talk of the terrace. And if you're wondering why it's Talk of the Terrace, that was our previous name before we changed to Anfield Agenda, and PayPal don't let you change your account name for some reason. So yeah, so I'll put them in there if anybody does want to send something our way. It would be really appreciated, but of course there's no pressure, and the content will still be 100% free. The match cannot be streamed on here, but Craig will be streaming, so you can all enjoy the highs and lows of the game. Absolutely, we can't show the physical content of the game, so I can't show the video of the game, because the channel would be closed down. If I thought we could do it, by God we'd do it. I mean, if it was allowed, of course we'd do it, but we can't. So the best we can do is to come on, I'll give you a bit of commentary. I'll be watching the game here, but it won't be shown on your screen. I'll give you some commentary, we'll react to what's going on, we'll dip into the chat, see how you guys are viewing it, and then you have our halftime stuff, and then we do our post-match show as well. Ian said, yeah, I follow Liverpool as a second team, so I come on here anyway, but check out the Leicester fan channel, as only know the 100% Leicester channel. And if you do go on and you do see Lee, man, tell him I said hello, tell him we sent you over. Tarish said, hey Craig, just got on, mate, what's your prediction for the game? I'm going for 3-1, Tarish. I hate predicting that we're not going to keep that clean sheet, and I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, 3-1 for me, buddy, and I'd love to know what your prediction is. Is that true, Jace? Just read that the deal for Markovic has collapsed. Fucking that. No, Jace, you're not the type of fella to do a wind up, actually, to be fair, so fucking hell. Honestly, that dude is just fucking, he's hard as to get rid of than Bogdan. It's nuts. Mods tend to run the show, so do you. Will avoid this channel. Bye, says Joe Budder. Adios, Joe. Sorry, mate. See you now. No idea what the fuck you're talking about, but shame to see you go, mate. Enjoy yourself. Imagine Prime Torres in this team. CFC is hardly non-league with regards to the League Cup. I can't get past Jace's comment here though about Markovic. That's nuts. Anybody have any more information on that one? Please do put it into the chat. That is absolutely weird. Torres, Suarez, what a partnership. Stevie G and Alonso behind, Dirk out on the bench. That's one thing that really fucking annoyed me about Torres leaving. One of many things, but the fact that we could have had a Torres Suarez partnership up front, I mean, that would have been delicious. Bobby Duncan, there you go, Damo. Thank you, mate, Bobby Duncan. Indie Music said, yeah, I love the Reds as I'm Austrian. However, Gerrard turns me on. But my second team is Bolton. Craig, what's your second team, mate? I don't really have one, to be honest, Indie Music. I mean, as I've said time and time again, I've followed Barcelona as long as I've supported Liverpool, but I just don't feel the same affinity. So I guess if we're calling Barcelona a second team, they're my second team, but it's Liverpool 100% all the way. I don't feel anywhere near as close to Barcelona as I would to Liverpool, although Barcelona was probably the first football team I remember, but that's Liverpool for me. That's not really many seconds. Craig, True Geordie just made a video. Logan Paul is going to fight in the UFC. He's going to be destroyed. Oh, fuck's sake. I would punch fuck out of Logan Paul for free. Like, I do it just for my fucking generation, because I feel I'd owe it to them to punch the fucking stupid cunt back into obscurity where he fucking belongs, because I don't get it. I mean, I'm old, I know that. I'm not up on the YouTube generation, get all that, but this lad's a talentless fucking prick. I honestly don't get why he's so big. What did he do? I mean, what did he do to get this big? Apart from lose the fight, by the way, which apparently he did as well. But of course he got a draw. Look, I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure there'd be a queue of people in their mid-30s that would happily punch the fuck out of Logan Paul. Absolutely free. I mean, I do, as I said, I do it for my generation. I feel like I owe it to my generation. Because the guy's an absolute bitch. Let's be honest, he's an absolute bitch. If you're going to go to the UFC, as you rightly said the other night, he's going to get the fuck kicked out of him. And good luck to him. Good luck to him. I have respect for anyone that jumps in a ring, but Logan Paul is an absolute bitch. Let's be honest, he is. He's an absolute whiny little bitch. I think Gomez is a great addition in defence and fast and gets the job done. Luis Suarez bounces, a bouncy Barcelona fan here. Welcome mate. Great to have you in with us. You being a Barca fan, love to know what you think of the group with Spurs in the Champions League. I love Liverpool style, says Luis Suarez bounces, and thank you, mate. Thank you very much. It's great to watch Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. Yeah, the UFC boys are looking to get him. I would say those lads are fucking queuing up to kick fuck out of him. And I'm sure they'd all take great pleasure in doing it. But make sure you show them Premier League games. We do watch alongs, mate, of course, for all Liverpool's games, but we can't show the actual content. Lazar Markovic's proposed £2.9 million move to Anderlecht has collapsed. Fee had been agreed and he travelled to Belgium. James Pearce, for fuck's sake. The guy's, I mean, it's his career, so, you know, we've no right to say anything about him. He's not going to get a look in at Liverpool. So, don't know what to say. I mean, it's his career. If he wants to let it fritter away, then so be it. But it seems nuts. You just can't seem to get a move for the guy. Ashley said, what's your score prediction for tomorrow's game, Craig? 3-1 to the Reds, mate. And again, I'd love to know yours. And said, Craig, don't be surprised if the PSG game is a Roma-style blitzkrieg, 100 miles an hour, then being blitzed at our ground bouncing. I'm fully expecting exactly that, and an absolute belter of a game, like a basketball game, just back and forward, attack. And it could be fucking anything. It could be 4-2, 4-3, 5-4. Somebody could slaughter somebody 4-0. I mean, it could absolutely be anything, and that's the beauty of it. Craig, you look like a fucking bouncer in the match build-up picture. I took a load of them different pictures ages ago in different poses and different shirts and stuff to send to Connor so we'd have them ready for thumbnails. Because as I said before, Connor's the amazing talent that makes all the thumbnails. That is, and again, Peter McPeeface just letting us know about Anderlecht, the move for Markovic to Anderlecht collapsing. It's a shame for the guy as well. I mean, surely he wants to play football somewhere. Cryptic Gaming, I will talk to you soon, mate. Great to have you with us again, and enjoy your weekend. Looks like Markovic is never going to be able to leave, said Louis. It seems that way. It's a shame though. And again, Ant as well. Yeah, lots of people just confirming that about Markovic. It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy. I'd love to know why. Has anybody heard the reason why, or has it come out yet as to why it fell apart? Was it personal terms or anything like that? Tony said I would keep him for 2.9. The only thing I'd say, Tony, is Jurgen Klopp seems to have made it abundantly clear that he's got no future at the club. He's got no sniff of competitive football under Klopp at all. So I don't know. I can't comment on why it hasn't happened, but it just seems madness that he hasn't got a move. I mean, one good year over there, and he could set himself up perhaps and get a move back to Portugal or somewhere that may suit his style of football a bit more. Martin G said, this was the first Champions League draw I couldn't give a shit about who we got. That's a sign of real progression. Just enjoy the ride. And I'm right with you, Martin. I felt the very same way. I felt a lot of people were saying, I hope we don't get the so-called group of death. And like you, I was just saying, fucking bring them on. Whoever we get, bring them on. Because as many people have said, nobody wants to draw the Reds. So we're capable of beating anybody on our day. Craig, how old is Lucas and would he accept gifts from us? Well, firstly, he's 6, and secondly, there's absolutely no need for anybody to ever send Lucas gifts. But it's a very kind sentiment, mate. Yeah, he's 6, as I said. He's 6, and he's an absolute superstar. I love the little dude. He's amazing. Has the man ever gone for a 0-0? No, fucking hell no. I don't do draws, Gareth, even when I'm betting. You guys know I love a bet. I've never in my life bet on a draw. It just doesn't happen. I feel defeatist if I go for a draw even. So nah, I'm never going for a 0-0. You don't get 0-0s with the Reds. Well, maybe it has happened, but it's not very often. See you, Cryptic Gaming, mate. Great to talk to you, and great to have you back with us. Good old Manuel Labor. Haven't seen him around in a while, Manuel. He's been very quiet since the transfer window closed. He's obviously getting some rest and recuperation after a hard window. 3-0 to Liverpool and 2-1 to Rangers. Where was that comment gone? Shoot, where was that one gone? God, I'm that far behind in the chat. Bear with me. Where was the one that 3-0 to... There it is. Paul O'Connell said 3-0 to Liverpool and 2-1 to Rangers. It's like when you flush a turd, but there's one little shitty nugget that doesn't go around the U-bend. That's Markovic. Oh, that's a class analogy. And we've all had that problem, let's be honest. Only Markovic's deal can collapse. Close to going for free. We run this town tonight, Pepperhead said. So, the Musk said James Pearce, Lesser Markovic proposed 2.9 million move to Anderlecht has collapsed. Fee had been agreed and he'd travelled to Belgium. It's nuts. Terms, apparently, Paul is saying that the deal collapsed because of... Rafa's going to do us a favour and take points off Man City. I'd love that to happen. I really would. Jeez, that would be one of the biggest upsets of the season actually, if they took points off Man City at the Etihad. More chance of an ABBA reunion than United scoring tomorrow, says Gareth. Logan Paul UFC will get slapped everywhere. Connor, shouldn't you be asleep at this point, mate? I've purposely been not messaging you even though I was having a mare on here before I started with the technical stuff. You should be asleep, getting some rest for your big trip over to the Rent Boys tomorrow. He said Manuel Labor broke the Markovic news hours before Piercy did. Jake Paul said he wants to fight Chris Brown. But the problem there is that, well, that's, to be fair, Jake Paul is almost female. So, yeah, it's probably right up Chris Brown Street, actually. James Pearce seems to take an unhealthy amount of pleasure doling out bad news. Craig, he's not done a lot. All his fans are 16 and younger, and all he's done is disgusting things like show a dead body on stream. Disgusting human being in my eyes. He's a fucking excuse for a human being from what I've seen of him. Again, I think he went over to Japan or somewhere and denigrated a site that's sacred to people, and of course I think he showed a site where somebody, as you said, committed suicide or something. He's a fucking gobshite. An attention seeking prick, and I would take absolute pleasure in kicking him around the ring for, wouldn't even last 3 minutes. My second team is Liverpool reserves, said Tony. Chris Brown only smacks up women, says Pepper Red, which is kind of what I said, to be fair. I think we're thinking along the same route. And Connor has actually sent me a screenshot. He is absolutely spot on. He did say it. He said Lazar Markovic's proposed move to Anderlecht has fallen through after the player wasn't able to agree personal terms. He posted that 4 hours before James Pearce. That's mad. I hope he got the attention. Connor, I hope he got the retweets and the likes for it if he was spot on like that. That's nuts. That's the second time Manuel's been right about stuff like that. The Raptor said, who does need a fucking good slaps? The pricks who bought into watching the fucking complete setup of a debacle. 800,000 buys of the pay-per-view, by the way, for that one. 800,000 buys at $10 a pop. They said there was around 1.2 million illegal streams of that fight as well, and they sold 21,000 tickets for the fight. So you do the maths, guys. That's a serious amount of wedge there for two absolute fucking idiots to fight each other. Craig, I do think to take this team further, we'll have to find a number 9 who can guarantee goals and has the pace to match Salah and Mane. What striker would you go for apart from Mbappe? Firstly, I'd completely disagree with what you've said there. We score enough goals. Look at last season, we scored plenty of goals. So scoring goals doesn't seem to be the problem for Liverpool. And personally, I don't care who scores out of the front three. I don't care if Mane scores 30 and Salah scores 35 and Firmino only scores 12, because I really value the work that Bobby Firmino does off the ball and the work he does to allow the other two forwards to be as free as they are. So I wouldn't have anybody else, mate. I love Bobby. I would love Mbappe, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't play Mbappe centrally. I would play Mbappe. It would only be a case of playing Mbappe if I was moving on Mane or somebody actually. But look, I love Bobby, so I wouldn't want anybody else to come in, because I think he can do exactly what's needed of him, and obviously Klopp does as well. But I think I kind of understand where you're coming from. I know you're not having a dig at Bobby Firmino there, so I get where you're coming from. But I just think the three of them together just work because they open up space for each other. Without the chemistry of the three of them, so without Bobby being Bobby and Sadio being Sadio, Salah wouldn't be able to do the things that Mo Salah does, and vice versa, and for Salah and Mane and Firmino. So I hope you get where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to have a go at you. I just really think that what Bobby Firmino does is underappreciated at times. Matthew Upson said, who's going to finish above City? And the legend Steve McManager quickly said Liverpool, and realistically I only see one of us in City winning the league, said Jay. Ronda Rousey or Holly Holm, both would bitch slap the fuck out of Logan Paul, to be fair. Either or. Because they're professional athletes, they're professional fighters, that's the difference. I mean, Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, both professional fighters who do it for a living, who have grown up around the sport, whether it be boxing or MMA, and they are professional fucking athletes. So that's the difference here with Logan Paul thinking he can just stroll into the men's game and become a UFC fighter. I mean, we've seen it with what's the dude from wrestling that decided he was going to step across. Oh god, I can't think of it. That straight-laced dude, or whatever his name was. You guys know who I'm talking about. He went across and thought he could join UFC, and he's had a shite career so far. Markovic has played, trained with the last two Liverpool managers, both of similar styles, but still no room for Lazar. That lad needs to wise up. CM Punk, thank you guys. CM Punk is exactly who I was trying to think of. And CM Punk, again, I suppose would be a professional athlete. I know he was in sports entertainment, but certainly would be used to getting punched and getting kicked and getting the fuck slapped out of him, and he struggled. So we've seen Conor McGregor go over and try and fight in boxing. We've seen other people who are professional fighters struggle. So I think it's spitting in the face of these athletes that some absolute fucking spicer like Logan Paul thinks he can become a UFC fighter overnight like that just because he had one fucking bitch fight with headgear, by the way, the embarrassing fuck, with headgear, when headgear isn't even used in amateur boxing anymore. So look, enough said about that idiot. But the offer's there. Happy to bitch slap him, happy to punch fuck out of him anytime, free of charge. I'll do it just on behalf of my generation. Tottenham won't get away with playing at 3 different grounds in the same season. Well, what the fuck is going on there? They've applied to play the MK Dons ground for their League Cup game, it's getting really fucking embarrassing here for Spurs. And look, Spurs are a very good club, and that stadium's going to be great for them going forward, but I mean, come on, get it together. It looked like it had to be moved to September, then September's been moved back again, and it's getting a little bit embarrassing here for Daniel Levy and Spurs. Anderlecht deemed that 2.9 million was £2.8 million too much for Markovic. They're probably right, to be fair, Jace. 3-0, would love another clean sheet for Alisson, said Ashley James. Going into that international break with 4 clean sheets would be rather delicious indeed. So I get where you're coming from. 1 like on it, said Connor. 1 like on Manuel's fucking tweet. How dare he? You should point that out, Connor. You should point that out from our main account that Manuel was on the money. Suicide Forest, Cobra said. Yeah, I think that was the place. Again, I only even know that because my daughter let me know about it. She's 14, so she's probably right in the demographic that will be watching this clown. Can I bring the Lazar on loan? If he can't be moved, it would make perfect sense. Hurricane shutter from my window, said Farwell. Yeah, are you willing to pay a loan fee of any type whatsoever? 2 cans of Diet Chav and a bag of cheese and onion crisps should do the job. Ninja MC said, new green screen, first time seeing it. Thank you. I hope you like it. It's not actually a green screen. I was saying to the guys last night, they think we're doing such a great job here at Anfield Agenda that they've gave us our own office in the new stand here to have a look out. So, well, actually, I say the new stand, it's the King Kenny stand. Actually, look at the angle I'm at here. So yeah, no, they just gave us an office. It's not a green screen. We're actually really live here at Anfield. Look, ooh, we're live. Yeah. But in all seriousness, mate, yeah, thank you. It's something we're playing around with. We'll do a few different images, a few different studio effects, and a couple of different things. It's our first few days with the green screen, so we're still getting used to playing around. I say we, Connor knows exactly what he's doing, but I'm an absolute fucking no-hoper here, so basically Connor's gone away for a few days, and I'm playing around and hoping, fingers crossed, that I don't burn the fucking thing to the ground. Jay said, team versus Leicester, Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Gomez, Robertson, Hendo, Cato, Wijnaldum, Salah, Mane, Firmino. Subs, Mignolet, Klein, Matip, Milner, Lallana, Shaqiri and Sturridge. Let me just go back over that team again. I think you could be almost spot on there. I mean, you may be absolutely spot on, Jay, but the only possibility of a change there might be Wijnaldum for Milner. But other than that, I think you're probably going to be really close. So good shout, mate. Garrett said, I thought Lazar Markovic was okay. How come like Burnley haven't come from? He's fucking lazy. He's too inconsistent. He's too lazy. Don't think he trains well either. If what I've heard is to be believed. I don't know what to say. It's a very strange one because when we bought him, Chelsea had rights on him, so we had to buy out Chelsea before we could get that deal through. So he was obviously a player that had been watched and a player that had been thought of highly, and then it just hasn't worked for him since he's come to Liverpool for whatever reason. Alisson to break a record and keep 4 Premier League clean sheets on debut, says Paul tomorrow. Robert Coggins is in the house. Said, evening all, loving the green screen. Sorry I haven't been on in a while. Been concentrating on training for the army. Oh wow, that's excellent, mate. Never apologise. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in. But just getting back to your comment there, training for the army, well in. I think I said before, my father-in-law was ex-military as well, so lots of love and respect, mate, and I hope it goes well for you. Do keep in touch and let us know how the training's going. Very tough, so fair play to you. And are we talking Irish Army here, UK Army, or where in the world are we? So, but yeah, love and respect, man, well done. Leicester will crumble tomorrow. Salah with 2 and 1 by Shaqiri. 3-0 for Blakely. Doesn't NASA periodically aim a laser at the moon? Perhaps tell them we have a real laser for them. They like things that work though, Far Isle, so, you know, they'll probably quickly realise that he's not up to that job either. Suicide Forest is in Japan. Yeah, that's the one we were talking about earlier on where apparently he filmed or something like that, which is fucking sick. Chris Brown has experience. He's 1-0 already, said Ninja MC. James Pearce only went to Japan to skip over to the Philippines. I'm not reading that out. No, God no, you can't read that out. James Pearce I've met James Pearce on a couple of occasions, and I can only say nice things about the guy. He's always been very nice to us when we've spoke to him. So I will of course reciprocate that kindness, and I'll never speak badly of Pearce on here, especially because he's Connor's hero. What's Markovic's salary? 350 grand a week. Thinks he's Messi. I honestly don't know what he's on. I'd imagine it's probably something around the 40 grand a week mark, maybe up to 70 max. Again, just completely guessing. Lazar failed a medical when they hooked him up to the machines and everything went flat. Lazar is the longest serving current Liverpool player, said Yassar. There you go, stats all over the place. Will said, can you imagine Craig versus Logan? Craig coming into the ring to the alarm clock sound and Logan strolling in, shivering. The whole thing sponsored by Diet Chav. Oh, I'd have to be coming into something like Return of the Mac or something like. Yeah, it wouldn't matter what he comes into, he'd be going out on a fucking stretcher. So, and very quickly. I mean, you might as well tell that as just to hang on, because as soon as the bell goes, it'll be bang bang, night night Logan. What else have we got? Score prediction, says your boy Harrison, who I love that name. Every time I read that name, I love reading it out. So 3-1 for me, buddy, and I would love to know your prediction for tomorrow. CM Punk. That's the one. Thank you, guys. Contact Chris Cyborg and set her off on Logan. Lazar actually got a red card for us, says Stig. I do remember that. Was that in Europe? That was in Europe, wasn't it, if memory serves me correct? And when I say Europe, I mean the Europa League. But we could have 4 victories and 4 clean sheets in a row, which I'm praying that we do, said Cobra 1977. As am I, mate. Absolutely. I really, really, really want us to get both of those tomorrow. The 3 points is more important to me, of course, but a clean sheet would be rather tasty. The game kicks off at 12:30. Hanny mate tomorrow. My claim to fame: I saw Rushy walking along the canal and said hello, says Gareth. So well done, Gareth. Guys, we are now just 1 hour 20 minutes into the stream, so I don't know where we're at with the thumbs up. You guys will have to perhaps let me know. And if anybody can give me a subscriber count, that would be amazing, because we were trying to hit 3,700 on tonight's stream, which wasn't too big of an ask, because I think we were only like 7 or 8 away perhaps when we started. So 57, so there we go. So we still have time. So guys, if you have a second there, don't forget to just bang down there and hit that like button, or like that smash button, as we say, because we fuck it up all the time. But yeah, you know the rule. Not the rule. The rule, that's a fucking horrible thing to say, Craig. Not the rule. The goal. The goal is what I'm trying to say. On each stream, we're trying to hit 100 likes. Yeah, at Anfield, he only came on as a sub and got sent off, I think, said Joseph. I think you're spot on with that one. I absolutely think you're spot on. I think a hat-trick is waiting for Salah tomorrow, says Saif Hani. I have him to score 2 at 5-1, so I'm praying that you're right. I would say I stuck 50 quid on him, but I'd absolutely be lying because it's 47, because that's all I had left in that account. So yeah, 47 quid on Salah tomorrow to score a brace, a 5-1. So I definitely hope you're right. No Vardy tomorrow, which is good, said Cameron. It is good. I've said this all week. I mean, he's a pain in the arse. I don't like the guy, but I respect him. He's a pain in the arse to play against. And I just remember him putting Sadio Mane out of the game after like 2 or 3 minutes one week. He is. He's an absolute pest. So it's great that he's not playing tomorrow. Craig coming into the foggy dew and hit him up. I had Team Craig to fucking smash him, like smash that like button. I'd go in full on old school Mike Tyson, like no big robes or on it and just a fucking t-shirt on. No big fucking like razzmatazz or anything. Just there to do a job and get the fuck out of there and back on here to live stream straight after. That fella from the United Stand, I love laughing at, said Ninja MC. I've given myself a self-imposed ban on speaking about said man from the United Stand because I get a little bit too worked up at times when I discuss that gentleman, so I will politely move on from that comment. He got sent off for being shy, said Paul O'Connell. Straight into the pitch, referee said, turn number, yeah, no, you're off, mate, you're shy, go on, fuck off. Go on, Lazar, get off, nobody wants to watch you here, son. Get a shower. Raptor, mate, we will talk to you really soon, buddy, and hope the dogs enjoy their little walkie poo. I'm guilty of this at times. I just don't realise how good we are and how much rivals are playing us. It's hard to see the whole mountain when you're climbing it, which is an excellent way of phrasing that, mate. Yeah, it is. We're so used to, I suppose, overestimating ourselves or thinking that we're actually better than we are. And now that we're getting to the stage where we're actually a really good team, some of us are starting to doubt ourselves and thinking, hang on, this isn't what usually happens with Liverpool. Usually we think we're this good and then we're brought back down to earth. But at the moment, we fucking are this good. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why it's so great to be a Liverpool fan at this moment in time. Everything is going good for the club. The manager, the fans, the owners, the players, everything. Everything is in unison and it's a great time to be a Liverpool fan. Vardy is just a bogliner, said Vinnie Johnson. A bogliner. That's one I haven't heard in a while. Craig tooled up for tomorrow, fridge full of diet chav and a cupboard full of snacks. There you go. For me it'll be coffee, Stephen, mate. I'll be full on coffee because I will be rolling out of bed 15 minutes before I turn on this computer. So live stream will start at 12:15, so I will stroll out of bed at 12 and get on here. Cup of coffee and get ready for the game. Lick the smash button, said Stig. There's a first one. It doesn't matter how. For me, if you want to lick the button, then go ahead. As long as it counts as being pressed, that's the main thing. And somebody made a great point one night. They said, why is it called predictive text when it's always fucking wrong? Which I thought was brilliant. Saif said, I'm Egyptian and I support Salah, me and all the Egyptians, and lots of love, mate, from Ireland over to Egypt, and great to have you with us, and we all love Mo as well, we absolutely do. Yassar said, Leicester don't have Vardy, we don't have Lazar, it's a fair contest. I mean, that's a great point, Yassar, mate. We didn't really think about that one earlier on, but you've made a very valid point. I mean, fair is fair. They don't have Vardy and we don't have Markovic, so, you know, we'll call it quits. Louis said, breaking, the 2018 summer transfer window is now officially closed for everybody. So job done, nobody can buy anybody anymore. Nobody can come looking after our players or anything. So all done, job done, let's get on with playing football. Stephen said, missing Raggy. Do you know what, when we did sell Clavan, I'm not joking, a day or two later I got a message from Connor saying, this is fucking weird, I don't know why, but it just feels strange that Clavan has gone from Liverpool. I just have this weird feeling, I don't know what it is. What do you think of Burr's hopes of promotion, Craig? I sincerely hope they don't come up, if I'm being honest, because I watched that match against Leeds tonight And Borough are the most Tony Pulis-y team I've ever seen. Full of big, strong lads who are good in the air. They don't like to keep the ball on the ground at all. And very solid defensively, very tough to break down. I think I heard them say that they've got the best defensive record so far in the Championship, but fuck no. I've nothing against the club at all. Nothing against Middlesbrough as a club. I just don't like Tony Pulis, and I don't like the style of football that he brings to the table. So for me, I'd much rather see Leeds come up with the style they play than Borough. So I'm hoping they don't come up, if I'm being honest. And again though, it's nothing against the club. It's purely because of that prat that they have as a manager. Jay said, I think Puel will set up with a 4-5-1 to stop the fullbacks from getting forward, so he may have to be more intricate in the midfield and have runners. That's why I think Gini will play over Milner. So if they play with a 4-5-1, I'd say what will happen there is that either Van Dijk or perhaps whoever's playing the deeper line midfield role will probably be instructed to ping balls over the top into the corner and hope that Mo Salah can get in behind a little bit more. That's where I guess they'd go with that if they were going with if they were playing against a 4-5-1. Either that or they're going to have to try and draw those fullbacks forward, as you said, so perhaps try and win possession further up the field. But yeah, well, let's wait and see what happens. Either way, they're at home, so they're going to have to come out at some point and try and play. Leicester will change their tactics now that Lazar is staying. They'll just give up. I mean, might get a walkover. They'll just go, oh fuck, Lazar as well. I mean, what's the point? We'll just give him a 3-0. We won't show up. Cork City to match his wages and throw Lazar off the fucking ferry into the Irish Sea. He's not even good enough for Cork City, to be fair. Mohamed Salah, the King of Egypt, is in the house and says, what's up guys, great to have you with us, Mo. Liverpool first in the league at the minute and only 35 more games to go, said Ashley. Just 35, that's all. 34 after tomorrow and hopefully 34 wins left to come. Craig, what do you think of Celtic selling Dembele, one of their best assets? If I was Celtic, I would be looking to sell him for at least 30 or 40 million. All day I'd heard they weren't selling him. I heard they turned down the offer from Lyon, and then the last minute somebody said they did sell him. I'm sure Rodgers isn't going to be fucking happy because they haven't got a chance to replace him, that I'm aware of anyway. Yeah, I don't. You'd imagine with Stevie G gone to Rangers and Rangers kind of starting to get the shit together, that the Celtic board would be trying to create that gap or keep that gap between Celtic and everybody else. And you ain't going to do that by selling your best player. They missed out in the Champions League, and it looks like, to me, if I was an outsider, which I am just completely guessing, they've almost budgeted for that Champions League money, and then if they didn't get that, they might be trying to recoup that Champions League money by selling on Dembele. So, I don't know, I'd be pissed off if I was a Celtic fan, which I am, and so... Craig, on Redman TV, they wanted the Lokomotiv Moscow Dead group. I just love your optimism. I mean, I can't speak for the guys on Redman. I don't know them, so I've no right to talk about them. But I don't give a fuck who we get. I think we're capable of beating anybody. Yeah, fuck them. Bring them all on. Liverpool are good enough to beat anybody, so I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, I want big nights at Anfield. I want the big teams. I'm sure if you said to somebody, I'm going to give you tickets to go to Anfield to see Liverpool, who do you want to go and see? If you said to them you can have tickets to watch us play, who was that team you were talking about? Lokomotiv Moscow, or I can give you tickets to see us playing fucking PSG. You know they're going to want to go to PSG, so then I've no understanding of why they want a shitty draw. No, bring on the big teams, honestly. Let the Reds pit themselves against the best. Celtic sold Dembele to Lyon. I mean, I would not be happy if I was a Celtic fan. One of my good mates is a really big Celtic fan, and I'm sure he's gonna be fucking raging. Dembele is there. The guy who went to Dembele's the replacement, yeah, for the guy who went back to Real Madrid. I don't know what Yana Hanna is trying to say with the blah 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 blah. Nobody gives a fuck what you have to say. Seriously, you're wasting your time. Like, you might as well just go and knock one out or something. You know, satisfy yourself, have a bit of fun. Go make yourself a cup of tea or something. I mean, Jesus Christ, get a life. Don't even kick the fucker out. Just let them waste their time. The best road in Middlesbrough is the road out, says Stephen Richard. Look, as I said, I'm not talking about Middlesbrough as a city or the club. I just don't like the style of football that Tony Pulis plays. Is the Scottish transfer window closed? If so, it could be a young... no, we'll try that one again, Joseph. Apologies for butchering your comment. Is the Scottish transfer window closed? If so, it could be a long year for the Celts. Stevie G will be rubbing his hands. I think all the windows have closed now. I think as of 11 o'clock, if memory serves me correct, all the European window is closed. So, yeah, Celtic are stuck with what they have, it looks like. Stig said 4-5-1 opens things up for Firmino. I like it. Clavan is the GOAT, says Louis. Oh, Clavan is Clavan. You gotta love Clavan. Bit of Clavan door. You gotta love him. Best Estonian ever to play for Liverpool without a shadow of a doubt. Not even up for debate. Isn't it mad how footballers do get that cult-like status? I mean, what can start off as a joke or taking the piss or whatever, they do get that cult-like status. It's deadly. I love that about football. Craig, you're going to get on big Virgil to score a header again. Done. Already done. And I'm going to prove it as well, just so you don't think I'm taking the piss. Where's it gone? Yeah, I do. I always do my bet for big Virgil to score a header because I like to be consistent, and I think he'll score one eventually, so why the fuck not? I'm just trying to find it here. Where's it gone? Apologies, I'm just trying to find out which account I did it on. Okay, we go with that one. Yeah, it is there. I have it there. So I'll cover up that one so you can only see that part of it. There you go. Virgil van Dijk, score a header, 18-1. Stuck me fiver on it. So there you go, 95 quid if Big Virg bangs in a header. Every week I'm going to do that bet. Every single week until Van Dijk scores a header, I'm going to keep putting that bet on. Clavan in training was so skillful. We should have kept him, but he wanted game time. Look, you can never... I suppose you always want a player to want to play. As I said earlier on, with a player getting substituted, I'm always happiest when they're pissed off. So, again, nothing but respect. If a player was getting towards the end of his career like Clavan was, knew he had maybe 2 or 3 years left and he wanted to move on to get game time, I mean, you got to respect it. You can't knock a fella for that. Hero of Cratch said, "Evening Craig, I haven't been over with Daz, honest." Mate, we love Daz. If you're over with Daz, great. I'm a big fan of Daz. You never have to pretend otherwise to us. You know we love Daz. Clavan is better than Messi and Ronaldo. Clavan is everybody's idol. Clavan's a fucking nailed on for the Ballon d'Or this year. Did anybody else see a thing about Ronaldo's agent, by the way, complaining that Ronaldo didn't get the UEFA Player of the Season and complaining that it went to Modric? I mean, what a fucking plank. Honest to God. Begrudging Modric the award and crying about Ronaldo not getting it. I mean, what a fucking gobshite. Honestly, it's disgusting. And he played with Modric for so long, and for his agent to just disrespect Modric like that. A man who had an amazing season, who's had a great career, and who thoroughly deserved that award. It was absolutely disgusting. Just shows how petty that whole fucking group are. Hi from Glasgow, DCB. Great to have you with us again, mate. Looking forward to the game tomorrow. Is it the last before the break? It is indeed. And then straight after that we have Spurs away. Can Lazar play in the under-23s just to keep him sharp? Yes, if he's a Liverpool player he can absolutely play there. Is he even good enough for there though? And look, jokes aside, yeah, he can play in the under-23s if he stays. Well, I think he has to stay now, doesn't he? Sorry. Tybok, how are you, mate? Great to have you back on. I hope you're enjoying your Friday and I hope you have a cracking weekend. 22 days that will shape our season. Bring it on. We are ready, said Mickey. Fucking right we are. Absolutely bring it on. Bring them all on. We're definitely ready for them. For everybody. Are they ready for us though? That's the question. Klopp should get Markovic to paint the fences around Melwood and polish the players' cars like Mr. Miyagi and the Karate Kid. May as well get a bit of work out of him. Wax on, wax off and all that. Imagine he did that to him. Imagine he made him go out. He should just make him go out into the community and do coaching and stuff on the club's behalf. He should make him, go out there and do promotional work for the club. Why not? What else have we got? Should we go full strength against Chelsea in the League Cup? Said Peter McPeakface. I've been asking myself that very thing over the past 24 hours, Peter, and I still haven't come to an answer. I suppose a lot of it depends on how players come back from the international break, if anybody's picked up a knock, how results are going for us around that time. But my heart says I couldn't give a fuck about the League Cup. I know people will want us to win a trophy, and people might say I'm being a little bit silly there, but it's all about the league and the Champions League for me. An FA Cup run would be great. I'd love to put one in the bank. The League Cup, I really couldn't give that much of a fuck about, if I'm being honest. So I don't know. Klopp will know what he's doing there. But again, even I won't say a reserve team, but a less than full strength team there is probably still putting out a very good team, a really competitive team. And Chelsea have a lot of games this season as well. So I mean, we also have to consider how they're going to line up. Farrell said, my normal, tiresome self pondered the 22 days of matches and wanted to panic, but I shouted that side down and have decided if it's meant to be, it'll be. No reason or benefit to panicking. It's not just us though. There's a lot of teams have a lot of games to play, so it's just one of those periods that you get in the Premier League. Mickey said, Mickey feels that we will put out a weaker side against Chelsea, but so will Chelsea. So yeah, that could well be the case. It's mad how sometimes you almost feel that there's an unspoken agreement between managers at times. If one of them puts out a slightly weakened team, then the other will match it. Jay said, AFTV will have a great trip to Lisbon, a long trip to Azerbaijan, which is actually a beautiful country, and a trip to the middle of nowhere in Ukraine, possibly a war zone. Best of luck to them. All the windows are closed and the blinds are down, said Stephen. So there you go. All the windows closed, blinds are down. You can't argue with that. The shop's closed. Ain't nothing can be done now. New subscriber from Limerick, said Adam Grimes. Brilliant, mate. Great to have you with us. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I hope you enjoy the content. And if you can, join us tomorrow for the watch along of the Leicester game. We're going to go live at about 12:15. But yeah, great to have you with us, Adam. Thanks for joining, mate. What else have we got? I hate Ramos, said Yana Hani. Well, you're not alone in that one. We all hate Ramos. So we're with you on that one. What a dickhead Ramos is by putting his hand on Salah after getting Defender of the Season award. Yeah, Salah should have fucking literally bitten his hand off. Imagine he did that to Suarez, and Suarez was sitting there. I say Suarez would have actually bitten his fucking hand off. Markovic would be a better club ambassador than Michael Owen, to be fair, says Connor. Well, that job's reserved now for Clavan, Connor. I mean, when Clavan retires, he's coming back as a club ambassador, clearly. Not just, he's probably going to be king of the ambassadors as well. I mean, he's going to have full access to the Ferrero Rocher when he comes back. Lazar to be Ronaldo's bitch, or the Anfield caretaker. I wouldn't even trust him being the caretaker. I mean, you go out one day to train and the fucking lights wouldn't be working. Mighty Red would be better than him, Connor. Relax now. Relax. I don't like Mighty Red. Not a fan of Mighty Red at all. Something about that fucker creeps me out. I just don't get him. I don't get why he's there. We don't need a mascot. Especially not one that's called Mighty fucking Red. Are we going to have a mascot actually, Connor, called Super Chav? For our little Diet Chav business. Maybe we can have Super Chav. A tin can and a wife beater vest. That sounds about right. Craig, last 15 minutes, can we just slag off Markovic? Nah, it's not right for us to slag off one of our own players. I mean, we don't rate him, that's fair enough, but we're a bit better than slagging off our own players, so, we'll give that one a miss. Jay said, I've got a knee injury, which means that I missed 2 months of the season for my football team. Shit one, mate, that's horrible to hear. I hope you recover quickly. I hope you get back playing as soon as possible. I'm sorry to hear about your injury. But make sure you do whatever your physio or the doctor says, mate, and don't try and rush yourself back, because that could be worse for you. So, take your time, make sure it's healed properly, and, think of the long term. Oh, you're welcome, Megan Onky, mate. Should have done it earlier. Apologies. Lazar couldn't cope with the pressure of a caretaker role, which I agree with. I absolutely agree with. Ashley said, off now, Craig, up for the watch along tomorrow. Good night, Reds. I will chat to you then, Ashley, mate, and thank you for joining us once again. Mkhitaryan is not allowed into Azerbaijan. The last 15 minutes, car add-ons for Redye stripes or alloys, said Thomas Boland. We still have 20 minutes before we get into the last 15 minutes. So yeah, I suppose if anybody has any topics for tonight's last 15 minutes, then do throw them at me. Gary Richards said, good evening, Ed. I'm ready to smash the Foxes. I'm ready to smash the Foxes. As we all are, mate. Fox hunting is going to be legal for 1 hour and 45 minutes tomorrow afternoon. That draw was like pulling teeth, said Cop Oil. It really fucking was, mate, and great to have you back with us. It really was. It dragged on and on and on and on. And I said before we did the stream, I thought, hey, look, we'll get on here 45 minutes, get this stream done, little reaction, and we'll get out fucking like an hour and 40 minutes or something by the time we were finished. Lenny's a liver bird for the mascot. Mickey Fryer said, right, it starts here. We're going to replace Mighty Red with Super Chav. I mean, there you go. I mean, start a petition. That's what it's all about. Mighty Red, your time is up, mate. Time to move on. Move over. Super Chav is into his house. Cop Idol said, are you all happy with the draw? I am, mate. I'm happy enough. I would have preferred to have a tougher fourth team, but look, people are going to call me fucking mad, but I wanted us to be up against the best of the best, because I think we can beat everybody. But can't argue. PSG, Napoli, a bit of a reminiscent with Red Star Belgrade. So yeah, happy enough for me anyway. You happy with the draw? We're definitely getting through. I'm that confident that we're getting through anyway. Would you take the SAS of 3 years ago or this forward line? This forward line, if I'm being honest. Look, that forward line was particularly brilliant as well, but I just love the guys we have now. The guys we have now are absolute savages in the kindest, greatest, most lovable sense of the word. Stay ready, Mega. Lazar's personal terms, must play at least 5 minutes per season. Deal collapsed. Red Star have won the cup before, absolutely. Us and Red Star Belgrade are the only teams in that group to have won the fucking Champions League or the European Cup. Stieg said, I thought I was done with the Vuvuzelas. I fucking hated those things. They ruined that World Cup for me. Those Vuvuzelas, they're fucking horrible things altogether. Krat said, if you take on viewers' calls, beware of Mickey, he can talk. We've already had Mickey on. Mickey was the first person we had on, so yeah, we don't have to beware of Mickey. Mickey was sound. Jay said, thanks for your kind words, Craig. Appreciate it. I will surely listen to my physio and doctor and make sure I get back playing when I'm physically fit to. Perfect. Absolutely. These guys know what they're talking about, mate. And I know as well from when I played, you want to get back playing, you want to get back as soon as possible, but it's you've got a long time ahead of you, so just relax and take your time. And plenty of time in the pool as well, actually, I'd recommend, because it takes the pressure off the joints, which I'm sure your physio will say to you anyway. I'd have the SAS as backup to our current front line. Now that would be delicious. That would be absolutely fucking amazing. Imagine we had those 6 to rotate. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that would be ridiculous. That's a glassing right there for somebody having a vuvuzela in the pub. Score predictions. 3-1, James, for me tomorrow, mate. That's the score I've been going with all week, so I'm going to stick with that one. Cameron, talk to you tomorrow, buddy. Enjoy the game if I don't speak to you. Jay said, it's me you need to be aware of when I eventually get my arse on a stream with Craig. Mate, you're welcome on any stream at any time, you know that. The door is always open for you. Jace, just give me a bell whenever you want to come on and we shall make it happen. I actually haven't got anyone sorted out for tomorrow because I didn't even know if we were doing the watch along, so it'll just be me on the post-match show tomorrow, guys. Hopefully we'll be reacting to another Reds win though, so I mean maybe we can get Raptor on. We'll talk to Raptor and see if he can get on as well. Ah, Mickey was on Daz's, is that what it was? Ah, sorry, now I get it. Ah, right, now I get where you're coming from. Lazar can perhaps advertise L'Oreal and make up for the LFC women. Paul said, I'm going to get on, have a chat, Craig. I'll gladly mess around with Lazarus breaks. Ah, relax there, Paul. We don't want him getting injured. Sean, how the hell are you, buddy? Great to have you back. I'm excellent, mate. I hope you're doing well. Great to see you back in the chat. 69 likes, guys. We have half an hour left to go, so we need to get to that 100 likes. So if you're watching the stream and you haven't yet hit that like button, please take a second to do so. We have a proud history here of getting 100 likes on every stream, so if you legends are there and you have a chance, please hit that like button. It really does mean a lot. I get around, Craig, said Mickey. So I've heard, Mickey. So I've heard, mate. But look, well, you know, each to their own. Jay said, I'm struggling to even watch the game tomorrow. I hate lunchtime matches. So do I, Jace, with a passion. I'm literally going to be rolling out of bed, mate, and getting this watch along going because, yeah, I only sleep at about 6 a.m. So for me, that's in the middle of the night nearly. Do you think Fabinho and Shaqiri will be on the bench again or not? Well, Fabinho hasn't even made the bench, to be fair, James, for the first 3 league games. So be interesting to see if he even makes it that far. But I don't think either will get on the field tomorrow to start anyway. I'm not expecting many changes, but in saying that, I could be absolutely completely wrong and we could end up with 2 or 3. I've been wrong most weeks when I've guessed, so this week will probably be no different. Craig, what were your playing days like? Like anybody else's, mate, full of fun and joy. Played quite a high level as an underage player, right up until the age of 17, and then pretty much packed it in. Like, I never went on to play senior football. Once I do it, I wasn't going to make it. I kind of left it at that. But yeah, I was a goalkeeper, as I said, and played at quite a high level, so I enjoyed it. I was relatively free from injuries, which was great. I had one injury on my wrist, but apart from that, I was lucky enough. Markovic is still a Liverpool player, said Jack. I know, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy to think that he's still a Red. Ah, Sean, you're just back from your holidays. That's great to hear, mate. I hope you had a good time. I hope the family had a great time as well. I'm so looking forward to mine, mate. I have 37 days left until I head off to Orlando, and I cannot wait. But yeah, great to hear that you're back from holidays. I hope you all had an absolute belter of a trip. 3-0 is taken, apparently. Craig, did you get my email today? Not that I've seen, Sean. No. Let me just check. Again, I could have went into spam. No, I didn't, Sean. I'll go and check the junk mail though, in case it went in there. Okay, nothing there. Sorry, Sean, I'm just checking here in real time, so just bear with me. Yes, I did get it there now. It was forwarded on to me. It was in my junk. I'll send it into the inbox, and I'll have a read of it, Sean, as soon as the stream is over, mate. Apologies I didn't get it, but it went into the junk folder, so I'll get straight to it, mate, as soon as the stream is over. But great to have you back in the chat with us, mate, and as I said, I sincerely hope you had a cracking holiday. Last 15 minutes, can we talk about Lazar's highlights and have an early night? Craig, how many keepy ups can you do? Oh, honestly, Peter, mate, fucking awful. Even when I was playing football at a really high level, I wasn't a skillful player. I was a goalkeeper, but I did play out as well for a team a year above us. I played in left wing, but at a very poor level. Like, I mean, nowhere near the level I could play as a goalkeeper. Less than 50 is the honest answer. Absolutely shocking with keepy ups. Not even gonna lie to you, it would have been less than 50. Have you seen the fixture list after the international break? I have, Ryan. It's, as you said there, it's tasty, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Reds play the best, which is what it's all about. It's why we want to watch football. See Liverpool taking on the best. Craig, will the Anfield Agenda be on while you're away? Yes, Stephen, it will. It absolutely will. It's I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna do a lot of work to make sure it is. And I'll probably do some streams as well, even when I'm on holiday, although I probably have to whisper that so the wife doesn't hear. But yeah, I'll be on American time, obviously, so I don't know what times they'll be at, but yeah, I'll try and do some streams as well when I'm away. But the channel will definitely be kicking along, don't worry about that. I'll be getting people to cover the shows. Whether they'll be every night like they are now, I can't say yet, but there'll definitely be content going out for the 2 weeks I'm away. Let's talk about our favourite songs and singers back in the day, says Jay. Did we not do that one the other night? Maybe I can't remember. Missed the good old days where we'd get to this time of night and we'd be talking about Craig's alarm. I don't miss that, Ryan. I don't miss that one bit. I'm so glad that fucking alarm is dead. I used to be sitting here enjoying the stream, and then I'd be looking at the clock and knowing that motherfucker is going to go off in a few minutes. And then you fuckers will be winding me up with the little alarm clocks and stuff, and yeah, that noise went through my head. So Mickey has just put the Facebook group link in there if anybody wants to join the Anfield Agenda Facebook group. Guys, don't forget, we still have time, so there's 20 odd minutes left, so if you haven't hit the like button yet, please take a second to do so. And of course, if you're watching and you're new to the channel or you've just joined, welcome. Thank you for joining the Anfield Agenda YouTube channel. We hope you're enjoying the show, we hope you're enjoying the content, and please do hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so already. All our content is, of course, absolutely 100% free and always will be. All our watch-alongs, video podcasts, post-match shows, everything 100% free. We do not charge for anything on this channel. Although we may start charging for Connor getting nude at some point. I mean, if we think we can make money off it, then Connor nude, we'll call it Craig Station, and we'll have Connor sitting on a nice furry rug or something. Markovic is a good player, but he belongs at a club in a different league, said Tybok, which I think is a fair statement. He might not get through if you go online. Then Wikipedia says he's an Anderlecht player, so weird. Where's the farthest place from home you've ever been, said Farwell. Holiday destinations, actually, that's a good show, Farwell. I'll would go with your suggestion as well, but favourite holiday destinations, that's a good spot. Maybe we can all learn a little bit here or find some new places to go and travel. We all gonna have an end of season party. I like the sound of that. Definitely like the sound of that. We should do it when we grow a little bit more, when the channel gets a little bit bigger. So we should definitely, I mean, I don't mind coming over to the UK, and I know Connor doesn't, but we should definitely organise a live stream or something where we all get together and do something. I don't know if you guys in the UK would be up for that, but I'd certainly be up for travelling over with Connor and get the gang together, maybe get Chris and Cash together and do something live, which would be fucking brilliant. So if anyone owns a pub or manages a pub, by the way, in the chat and wants this bald Irish idiot and the group of reprobates that is Anfield Agenda to jump in and do something around the game or something, then do get in touch. We'd be always happy to do so. All it takes is diet chav and cheese and onion crisps, and we're there. Tybox said, I used to be a left winger. I was rather rapid in my prime. Well, there you go. Pace on the left wing. And the good thing for me, Tybox, is I'm actually a left footer, which was kind of rare enough. So I always did get a game if I needed one, because someone was always looking for a left footer. But as I said, I was a goalkeeper though. That was my trade. That's where I played. That's where I played since I was 8 years of age. It was great. Thanks, been enjoying the Jose Mourinho meltdown. Sean said, as have I, mate. It's been great to see, and I promise you, mate, I will get back to that email as soon as I can. I feel really bad that I didn't see it, but it was in the junk folder. I should check that more. Craig, you could do a stream from the Space Centre. Let's see if I can get them to fucking go, Stephen. I'm still trying to convince them that we should go to Kennedy Space Centre, and they're still saying, Computer says no. Wikipedia is a joke. It says Markovic is an Anderlecht player. We're only 4 subscribers off 3,700, guys. 4. I mean, that's like prick teasing, basically. 4 subscribers away. So if you're watching, guys, and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. I mean, getting us over 3,700 tonight would be absolutely awesome ahead of the game tomorrow. So it's only 4 little subscribers, guys. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please take a second to do so, and get us over that 3,700. Mickey is doing a great job on Facebook, Stephen. Well said, and I'm so proud to have him taking care of the channel for us, and so grateful as well. Connor, why aren't you sleeping, young man? You should be getting ready to head off to Chelseaville soon. Just hit the like button, Craig, as per your request. Thank you, Tybuck, mate. I know it seems like a strange request, but the reason that I ask every night is because the more people that hit the like button, the more people that subscribe to the channel, obviously, the more we get suggested to other viewers. So the more we can reach out and perhaps reach another Liverpool fan somewhere and get them into the channel, get them into the chat, and get to meet more people, which is what it's all about. This is why we have the channel. It's a community channel. We want to reach as many Reds as possible. So if you guys can just take a second, hit that like button, it really does give us a helping hand in getting pushed out there by YouTube. Last 15 minutes, players you hated more than Lazar's agent. 4,000 likes for Connor nudes, says Connor. Or 1,000 likes and we'll start taking money for them. Either way, I have them here on file, so if you want them, guys, 4,000 likes and I'll leak them onto the internet. Well, it'll be like WikiLeaks, they'll just be put out there in batches onto the internet. We should send Markovic on loan to Rangers, but it's too late now. They probably just send him back or forget to pick him up from the train station. Imagine the party we would have if we win the league. Oh, stop, will you? Ooh, that would be fucking brilliant. Me and Connor have already said if we win the league, regardless of if we can get near stadiums, right, and we're going over to Liverpool for that weekend just to fucking celebrate. Even if we have to fucking get the boat and drive, we're getting over there. Are you left-handed too, or just left-footed? Left-handed. I'm a kidog. I am left-handed as well as left-footed, buddy. Which is weird because neither of my parents were left-handed. Craig, do you remember what my grandfather was actually, now that I think about it? Craig, do you remember what was the only game in the Premier League where we played a 12:30 PM kickoff? You mean in history? Because we played more than one 12:30 kickoff, surely. But no, I don't remember it, mate. Right, so we're into the last 15 minutes now, guys. So as we said earlier on, this, for new people to the channel, this is where we do things a little bit differently on our live stream. We kind of move away from football and Liverpool, and we kind of reminisce, and we kind of share some personal stuff. We've talked about favourite songs, favourite TV shows, all that kind of stuff before. And as suggested tonight, we're going to have a little chat about favourite holiday destinations. So who wants to kick us off and let us know where they'd recommend to head off on holidays? The beautiful thing about this is, guys, we're going to have people who are family orientated who will go on family holidays. We'll have young people. We'll have people who just like to travel. We'll have thrill seekers. We'll have a little bit of everything. So all suggestions would be greatly welcome. So please do let us know, where are your holiday destinations? Where do you like to go? Obviously you guys know by now I like to go to Orlando. I've said it time and time again. This is our 5th or 6th year. I don't know if it's 5th or 6th. Either way, we've been at least 5 times with the kids now to Orlando. Before that it was Turkey. Loved Kusadasi because I'm a fucker for shopping and I loved all the bargains over there. Cancun, said Jay. Fucking, that's somewhere I definitely have to get over to, buddy. The Kennedy Space Center, the Saturn V rocket, if you're in the States, is amazing. Cop Idle is the sore point, buddy. All the times we've been to Orlando, and none of them would ever go down to Kennedy Space Center with me, not one of them. Do you like the early kickoffs tomorrow? I don't, mate. I fucking hate them personally. Tybox said, I'm left-handed and left-footed, but play guitar right-handed. I play golf right-handed. That's really weird, actually, now that you say that, Tybox. I play tennis left-handed, I would play golf right-handed, and I would punch with my right hand, but I'd write with my left hand. So it is weird. I remember the first time I ever played golf, actually, and I just presumed because I was left-handed that I'd play with a left-handed club, and it was odd. I had to borrow my mates, I just couldn't use it. I play darts right-handed as well, Megan Onke. Just like yourself, you've said you're left-handed and play darts right-handed, as would I. So I'm glad I'm not just a freak. I'm glad there's plenty more like me out there. Although I probably still am a bit of a freak, to be fair, but in my own unique, beautiful way. Connor said you're leaving for the bus in like half an hour. There you go. Well, have a good trip, mate, and be safe. And don't forget, no flash photography in the airport, buddy, and don't sign too many autographs now that you're a super celebrity. So, keep the head down when you're going to the airport. You've been through it before now. You know how it goes. Connor heading off to watch the big Chelsea versus Bournemouth game, because his girlfriend's a Chelsea fan, by the way, just in case anybody's asking. I play snooker left-handed and use the rest right-handed. That's fucking weird. Right, so where are we on holiday destinations? Let's scroll down to those. Portugal for V8. Been to Portugal twice. Been to the Algarve to Playa de Vow, I think the name of the place was. Hawaii, Hawaii would be amazing, but it's a bit of a pain in the arse to get to, isn't it? There's like 2 flights, I think, from here to Hawaii. Ibiza for Stephen. Never been there, actually, Stephen. Cancun, I went there last year with my family and it was beautiful, said Jay. Definitely have to get to Cancun. I want to team Cancun up with a trip to Vegas. James said, Defo America, it's lovely over there. Ryan said, I've only been to Belgium and Spain, but I'd recommend both. Paul says Orlando, which of course I fully back 100%. Couldn't recommend Orlando highly enough. And if you're going as a family, don't book a hotel. Spend a few £100 or whatever it is extra more and get yourself a private villa with a pool. It's so worth it just for when you come back in the evening to have the space to be able to relax and kick back in the living room and just, relax, because it's fucking tiring after walking around them parks. And do hire a car. That's another thing I'd recommend, especially if you're going to Orlando. Mallorca or Tenerife for Ant. I've been to Mallorca, mate. I've been to Santa Ponsa 27 times. Believe it or not. I know that sounds fucking mad and it sounds like an absolute spoof or comment, but it's the only place my father would go on holidays. So growing up, every fucking year, Santa Ponsa, Mallorca, Magaluf, always over to Mallorca. So yeah, 27 fucking times. Never been to Tenerife though. Florida and Rhodes, said Lee. Rhodes, of course, one of the Greek Isles. Serengeti was amazing as well. I'd say it was, mate. Absolutely, I'd say it was. That would be beautiful to see. That must have been amazing. Recommended Oulu Deniz in Turkey. Used to live there, said Stephen Richards. I love Turkey in general, Stephen. Obviously I've been to Istanbul there for the final, but wouldn't have said I've spent much time there or anything. So, I fucking love Turkey. Love Turkish people as well. I love the smells and the bazaars and the food. Furthest I've been is New York City, said Stephen. Haven't been to New York. I will technically be coming to New York this time because our plane stops there on the way over, but of course I won't be getting out of the airport, so I'll take it. I'll take it on a technicality. Tybok, great to talk to you, buddy. We will catch up very soon. Perth, Australia was worth the long flight, said Sean. I really want to go to Australia, Sean, as does the wife, but it's somewhere I feel if we ever get a chance to go, we probably need to go for a month, so you'd want to save like fuck. We're planning hopefully to get over for our 40th in about it is in 3 years. Joseph said, Thailand, what a place, different world, but love it. I often wondered about Thailand actually, Joseph, and if you've been you may be able to help me out here. I know Thailand is a party place as well, but is it somewhere that would be worth bringing a family to? So I know you can rent private villas and stuff, but I've no experience of Thailand at all. It's somewhere I'd love to visit, but I don't know if it's the right place to bring kids or not, so a bit of advice on that would be much appreciated. Jay said, Dubai with my family a few years ago, beautiful. It does look gorgeous. I'd love to go on the in the jeeps on the sand dunes as well. I'd love to have a bash at that. Mickey Fryer said, all United games for the rest of the season will no longer be shown on Sky because of the fact that watching Man United is no longer classed as a sport. Watching 11 assholes getting pounded for 90 minutes is actually pornography. So, there you go. Breaking news from Mickey Fryers. Paul Connell said, my favourite holiday is Clifton in Connemara. Galway, of course, being absolutely beautiful. Orlando and Cyprus for Vinnie Johnson. Never been to Cyprus actually. And where else have we got? Jay said, I've been to America and played rugby in South Africa, but in the last few years my anxiety has increased and affects my confidence when flying. Mallorca is the furthest I've been in the past 6 or 7 years. I mean, lots of love about the anxiety, buddy. I completely get you. I've been there. I know how crippling it can be. So no judgment from me, my friend. Mallorca is a great place as well, and no doubt your young one would absolutely love it over there. So I hope your anxiety eases off as the years go by, buddy. And if you ever want to chat about that or anything like that, I'm defo here for that one because I've been through it myself a lot. But yeah, South Africa, another place I want to get to. And you must have been good at rugby if you were over there playing, Jay, so well in. But yeah, the offer is there, mate, if ever you do want to chat about that. Clifton and Connemara, said Paul. My granddaughter has just been diagnosed with autism and my son wants me to go back to Orlando with them. Well, I can definitely give you some advice from that point of view, Vinny. As you know, my son Lucas has autism. He's 6 years of age, and it's one of the main reasons we go to Orlando, because apart from the fact they're really geared up to deal with autism over there in the parks particularly, I mean, you go to guest relations there, make sure you get a letter from your GP just before you go over, just to state that your granddaughter has autism. And so you go over there, you go to guest relations in any of the parks, and they will give you a wristband. That basically means you go to the exit of all the rides, and you won't have to queue, because as people know, kids with autism often can't queue or don't really understand the reason for queuing and stuff. They get frustrated and things like that, and they're very aware of it in America. They're really well set up for it. So I would thoroughly recommend Orlando for your granddaughter if she's autistic. And my son, and I know this is a hot topic because I know people have their hatred of this place, but my son absolutely adores SeaWorld. I've never seen him so calm as when he's in SeaWorld. He just gets mesmerised by the water and the fish and the dolphins and stuff. So if you ever want to chat about that, Vinny, or want any advice, mate, just email me and I'll happy to chat to you about it. But definitely recommend it. Absolutely brilliant vacation spot. Los Angeles, said Paul. That's a part of America we definitely want to hit next. We want to go over there. We want to go to San Fran. We want to go over to Vegas because I think it's a 2 hour drive. So yeah, nice one, Paul. Valencia is a beautiful place actually, Jack. Sharm el Sheikh for Jay. The funny thing is actually, Jay, you mentioned Sharm el Sheikh. The very first year we went to America, we booked to go to Sharm el Sheikh, and there was conflicts going on at the time. Just broke out after we booked it, so the last minute was cancelled by the tour operator. So we were kind of scrambling around trying to find a holiday, and we just booked Orlando last minute and went. And ever since then we've been going back to Orlando, but it was supposed to be Sharm el Sheikh that we were going to. Damo said, Lake District, only got about 20 of the 214 Wainwright Mountains left to climb. Climbed all of the morning Donegal Mountains, 1 or 2 Wicklow Mountains, and Brandon Mountain in Dingle. Well in, Damo. Damo, you're definitely one that gets out there and about, aren't you? So, well in, mate. Fucking brilliant. I'd say you've seen some amazing views from up top of those mountains, mate, and some beautiful places as well. Paul said Clifton Connemara, and I knocked one out left-handed. So there you go. A little bit of history from Paul. Camping in Wales, said Jay. Where do you find the best deals on holidays? So I honestly, I don't know, mate. I just go through travel agents because I like the security. I'm a bit of a worrier, so rather than go online and booking things separately, I tend to just go through a travel agent and book everything in one place. Although I will shop around for park tickets and stuff like that, but with likes of hotels and flights, I try and do it all in one place, because if it goes tits up, then they're usually, well, the ones I go with are definitely atoll protected, so you've no trouble with your insurance or claiming stuff back like that. So I just always stick with a travel agent personally, just for that reason. Madrid in the middle of May should be the destination this year, said Stig, which is a fucking great show. I wouldn't mind going over to that Wondro Metropolitano Stadium, I think is the name of the new one that Atletico play in. It looks like a brilliant stadium. Camping in Skegness for Tony. I have to say, mate, I'm not a camper. I like my bit of comfort. I'll call me a fucking soft boy or whatever, but yeah, camping isn't for me. Okay, loads more to get through, Jesus. New Ross, says Connor, is the jewel of Wexford. Devon and Cornwall, says Megan Anke. Mickey Fires again just put the link into the Facebook group if anybody wants to join. Guys, don't forget, we're running out of time. We have a few minutes left in this stream. Please take a second to hit that like button. And we're trying to get over 3,700 subscribers on this stream, so if you haven't yet subscribed, and I'm sure most of you have in the chat, if you haven't yet subscribed, please take a second to do so and get us past that 3,700 tonight. And of course the main thing is the likes though, guys. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done so. Where else have we got? Buenos Aires from Claire, which is definitely somewhere I'd love to go. Well in Claire, Argentina. I'd say that was beautiful. Busy though, I'm not sure if it'll be too busy for me. That's the only fear I might have. Craig is a gem. There's parts of it that gets a bad rap, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for it, you'll get it, but most parts of it is class. Promise, Craig, if you go 100%, go back. Where was this? Where are we talking about, Joseph? I can't remember, mate. Let me just go back through your comments and see what you said. Where did Joseph say? I don't know, I can't find your comment. Singapore, says Jack, which is it looks gorgeous. It really does look beautiful. Would love to visit there, Claire, said Sean. Lots of people as well would love to go to visit Buenos Aires. Singapore is great, it's so clean, said Sean. Anyone that's been to Singapore actually is very expensive. A couple of people have told me that it is exactly as Sean says there. Really clean, really beautiful, but very expensive. Granada in Spain is boss, said Stephen. To be fair, anywhere in Spain is boss. Just love going to Spain, it's a great country. Cheers, mate, she loves animals and lines them all up. That's exactly what my son does. Let me just show you actually. Vinny, before you head off, mate, you speak about lining things up. That was one of the first reasons that my wife suspected that her son might have autism. So I'm just going to try and find the picture here now, because we took shots of the way he played with toys, and of course, if you probably know now, kids with autism tend to play with their toys in unique ways. And where is it? Yeah, so here's pictures of my son. Excuse me, anyone else in the chat who doesn't want to see this, but bear with me. So yeah, you'll see there the way my son was playing with his toys. That's how he played with his cars all the time, and you can see him building the Diachav mountain as well. But yeah, he always lined up his cars in order of size and stuff like that as well. And I'm talking about a 3-year-old kid here doing this, so it was obvious to my wife that he wasn't doing things, I won't say normally because that's not the right word, but he was playing differently. So my wife was on the money. And yeah, but like you've said, I think Vinny, honestly, I think she'd love Orlando for many, many reasons. But they really, as well, as I said time and time again, they really are set up for any type of disabilities or it's hard to describe. You don't want to say illnesses. You get where I'm coming from, though. Anyone with different needs, they're very well set up for. Jay said, "Tammy, appreciate it. Determined not to let it affect my kids. I'll get them to the US at some point. In the meantime, we spent a lot of time on the south coast. Love Devon and Cornwall." Jace, I can't recommend going over to Orlando, mate. High enough. Any advice or anything you ever need, I'm defo here. I feel like I can give advice at this point. We've been over there enough. I love Orlando. Have you been to Clearwater or St. Petersburg? Not St. Petersburg, but have been to Clearwater. We went to see, what's that fucking dolphin with the broken tail? I can't remember, what's that dolphin film? The one that has the broken tail. Well, he or she, whatever it is in Clearwater. So we've been there because my daughter wanted to go and see that dolphin. I can't remember the name of that film actually. Anyway, I'm sure somebody in the chat probably knows, but yeah, we've been to Clearwater. Beautiful place. Can I fit in your suitcase, Craig? Said Ryan. You probably could, to be fair. Suitcases are quite big these days, so yeah, you probably could, mate. Tokyo is another great city, but it's expensive, said Paul. I know I definitely couldn't handle Tokyo. It would be way too busy for me. It looks kick-ass, but it would freak the shit out of me. Paul said, "Craig, Lucas is seriously cute, mate. He's a little dude. I love Lukey. He's a little dude. There's a really cute picture of him, actually, when we were in America last time and he was in his car seat. Where's it gone? Where is that fucking picture? Yeah, he is a dude. He's an absolute little dude. Where's Lukey's picture? So many pictures on your phone. When you've got kids, you've just got thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures on your phone. Maybe I have moved it to another. Oh, there it is. Little dude chilling out with his oversized glasses, fucking about in the back of the car. Of course, he is also a superhero. If anybody needs any saving from evil villains, he can come and rescue you as well. Yeah, I love my little dude. He's a superstar. But my favourite picture, guys, and apologies, this has turned into me showing pictures. This is the reason why I said he loves he loves SeaWorld. Look how calm he looks in that photo. It is the most relaxed I've ever seen him, and I treasure that photo. Absolutely treasure it. And SeaWorld have actually used that photo. They've actually asked us could they use it before, and they've used it for stuff. Respect, Craig, mate. Can tell you're a boss father who's made up with his son. How all fathers should be that way. I'm blessed to have kids, mate. I'm an only child, so I have two kids. I have a 6-year-old son called Lucas and a 14-year-old daughter called Circa. And my daughter has me wrapped around her finger. If I'm being honest, she absolutely has me completely wrapped around her finger. Great pictures of your son, Craig. Thank you, Paul. As I said, I'm an open book on here, guys. I'm always happy to talk about anything. But in saying that, we have what now past tonight's cut-off point where I had promised my wife I'm going to turn off the computer. So with that, guys, we will talk to you tomorrow. We'll be on at 12:15 for the game tomorrow for a little bit of a preview before the match. We will of course be doing the watch along of the match, and then we'll have our post-match show after that, good cop bad cop. So look, we hope you can join us for that one tomorrow, 12:15. It's been a pleasure tonight again. Love chatting with you guys. Thank you to everyone that joined us on the stream. Still time to hit that like button if you haven't done so, and still time to subscribe. If you're watching this on playback, do take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everyone that joined us, and we will chat to you tomorrow. Up the motherfucking Reds.